Yes, as we come to life here at twitch.tv/conspiracy horseman Wednesday night, 6:15 p.m. Infidels. Send up the flares, the bat signal, whoever you got to send Morris code to. Let them know with a $5 face slap of truth is here on your Wednesday night with the Conspiracy Horsemen as we wait for the chat room to load up. And you can find us at russobrand.com if you want to become a subscriber there, see all the great content. You can get Conspiracy Horseman on video if you don't catch it live here at twitch.tv/Conspiracy Horseman. Catch the audio, remix, uncensored, any music I want to put in at hackerhameen.podbean.com. If you're on the road, we appreciate you listening. All the truckers out there, all the first responders, we've been getting a lot of messages for you guys, and I know that we get you through your day, or even if you're in the cubicle, y'all, you know where it is. It's the Conspiracy Horsemen, Infidels. And tonight, after a great show last week, we're going to recap all the news that's fit to be tied, because as we dwell through this concrete hell, calling it home, mama say, take your time, young man, and build your own. Don't wind up like your old dad, still searching for them glory days they never had. So many bad want to scheme for American dream. No more kings. The cash rules everything now. We going down. These babies looking up to us. It's up to us. The Million Man March MCs get on the bus. But there be envy, greed, lust, and hate. Separate through the devil mind state. Blood kin cannot relate. No longer brothers. We're unstable like Cain when he slew Abel, killing each other. And that's right, Infidels, we're killing it tonight. We're killing all the lies, and we're going to kill that general neutral messaging system, because if ma'am shows up there, I'm not going to have a standoff. I'm just going to give it a $5 face slap here on your Conspiracy Horseman. Y'all.
Stevie, just for a heads up, that was Helen Redding he was spitting.
Oh, okay.
A little bit of Bob, John Denver mixed in there.
It didn't sound like Air Supply, so I wasn't quite
right.
dipping in and out of like Even the Nights Are Better.
Yeah.
Something like that.
No,
you know the song, Sal C?
I do. Of course I know that song. Yeah. I love that song.
Do you know that one I was singing, Stevie, or no?
No.
Oh, okay.
You got 50 Cent, Ja Rule, Jay-Z, Tupac, Biggie, Smalls, Biggie Biggs from New Jersey Wrestling, Rick Ratchet.
And next week, Stevie will name all the Puerto Rican people he knows.
Both of them. I know Angel from ECW. That's the only one.
Sell it, bitch. Sell it.
Method Man, Wu-Tang. You can't party your life away, drink your life away, smoke your life away, fuck your life away. But we're going to try and do our best and see if we can prove it wrong. But yeah, man, we're glad to be back. It's colder than a witch's cunt hair out here in the Northeast right now and in the Midwest. I know that. Saw 75 below in Chirac today. I saw a picture of the bean shriveled up like an old nutsack there in the park. It was that cold out, but it's
no offense, Stevie.
There's no mercy here in the Northeast where most of us are. The only guy probably able to go outside in a sleeveless is Big Stevie Cool. So you want to rub that in, sunshine?
It was 25 degrees this morning. Right now it is 38. Siri just came on again, of course. Right. Why not? And yeah, it's pretty cold, but I still remember what it's like to be in the Northeast. And my wife claims that like I've forgotten how to drive in the snow or if there's any weather or anything. And I'm good. I'm an expert.
Yeah,
she's been in more accidents than me. I don't understand why I'm the one that's being, just because I multitask a little bit during driving doesn't make me a bad driver.
Maybe she's tired from shoveling all the snow because you don't get off the couch, you lazy bastard.
Shows what you know. We don't own a couch.
Off the incline bench. But yeah, man, glad that you're not freezing like the rest of us. But it is, we cheated winter up here. We got 7 weeks off, kind of, and then it unloaded in the last week, man. So, but one guy who's probably got a new hot commission in his pocket, fresh out of a meeting and closing some death mortgages in Florida, our man GGP. What's going on, buddy?
I am chilling like a villain, like I normally say, having a good time. Another day in paradise. Can't complain. If I do, no one listens, so no one gives a fuck. But I know you guys care.
You complain plenty. There's no doubt about that.
No, because look, as soon as I talk, look who walks off. Stevie's no sells. He big leagues. He walks off. He's gonna go play with his one-eyed Odin, and then come back and be all upset.
Dude, I want to work them for one of those chairs so bad they won't even acknowledge me.
Won't even talk to you.
No,
yeah, I just want to say you bury me for being an asshole popping on. My wife is too short to get the spaghetti sauce, so I went to get it.
I never ever bury you for being an asshole, dude. It was just a joke. Calm down. Don't be a fucking SJW.
I'm not mad. I'm not mad. I'm no more mad than you when you heard the word recap earlier in the Facebook messages.
He was hot.
I didn't hear it. I read it. So that's that your argument's invalid. Like your sleeves.
Oh man. Starting off hot here. We got to get some heat going in these cold temperatures. So I think it's going to be an aggravating night because everyone has got to get their shit in because we had to shut the fuck up because Dr. Janda was here and everyone's waiting. They've been sitting on their ammunition. They haven't been able to unload for 2 weeks. So everyone's hot to shoot on each other tonight. So it could get crazy in here. But you know, there's one guy who can step up and everyone's going to feed for him and they're going to knock the fuck out. And that's my man, Big Sal. Sally Balls. How you doing, bro?
Oh, loving it, man. Loving it. Awesome temperatures. Digging the temperatures.
I saw Shemp out there and you were shooting. I was trying to look and see if you were out there barefoot with him or not.
Oh, as always, man.
Oh,
always.
shit.
I get such fucking heat now from the neighbors.
Yeah.
Neighbors give me shit. They yell at me from the fucking window.
That's just because because the
no
BFRO,
shoes on.
yeah, the BFRO keeps showing up thinking they see Sasquatch sighting out there. Like they're getting casts out in his front lawn of these giant footprints, and they're false positives for Bigfoot.
I get fucking heat for wearing shorts. I go to get the mail. Just if I'm not working, if I don't have to go anywhere, I'm gonna be in shorts and a t-shirt, no shoes.
Same here.
That's life. That is my fucking life. If I have to leave the house, I'll put sandals on.
Yeah, but you like to go out and sit in the snow when it's 4 feet deep in shorts and no shoes on. I mean, you're not a normal, healthy person. We're just trying to establish this. Just so that they hadn't found that out.
Speaking of not normal and healthy, I went out. I had to go out today. I was forced out by my roommate. And we stopped at the store. And this is a shout out to John Tenta, my homie who didn't make it. It's called Earthquake. Right? 10% alcohol by volume.
Wow.
Jesus Christ.
It's a lager.
$1.29.
Wow.
So I was like, this is meant to kill the game. So tonight I will be trying it during our podcast.
It looks like the Arnold Palmer half and half, so somebody can grab that by mistake and just be like, have more of a good time than they realized they're about to have. $1.29. You know, I'm a frugal guy, so even though I don't like alcohol, that's a hell of a deal, man. I might have to start drinking.
I don't know if you can see this or not. Let's see if it comes in the camera. It's probably backwards, right? So I went to the movies, and right next door is a beer store. They had Busch 30s, but on the bottom it said Day Blazers $17.99 crossed out to $12.99. I have no idea what a Day Blazer is, but I gotta believe
go in and get
it's right on par with the Earthquake. So I think next week I might have to, break out. You've heard of the Blue Blazer? Well, I might have a new persona, the Day Blazer.
You end up the same way either way.
Yeah. Getting stretched
out. Day Blazer
out.
is a New Belgium ale.
Is it?
I just looked it up. Yeah, I can't even go to the site. I got to verify my birthday on this. So,
does it go back to 1844? No. Can you scroll back?
Sally Boy, you should look into Wim Hof. You ever heard of him?
No.
WIM, second name HOF. The guy does some stuff in cold weather. He climbs like Mount Everest.
Oh yeah, that dude's a crazy fucker.
And he'll tell you straight out. He's like, it's something I've learned to do.
Yeah, it's mind over matter breathing techniques.
He doesn't give a fuck about it. He'll sit in blocks of ice and just doesn't care.
God damn.
Yeah.
Well, that breathing before a workout is actually excellent too. I've tried it a few times. It's pretty good, especially when I've took those ice baths in the pool last winter. That's what I used to kind of keep myself. I wasn't great at it, but I mean, there's a real science behind that kind of breathing to regulate your body temperature.
Remember when Steve used to post those of him sneaking into the pool?
Yeah. Let's reach out to Wim Hof. I'll write that down.
Yeah, that guy is awesome.
He might be right outside your door right now.
He's sitting outside.
Yeah, he's just hanging out.
He's waiting for me to bring him a fucking earthquake.
Girthquake. Yeah, it's a good.
Call
one,
me fat, you cunt.
Not you. That's my Nia Jack's pet name for her. Yeah, man. It's gonna be kind of a potpourri show, I guess, as we have to catch up on the gender neutral messaging system. Absolutely. But Stevie, I wanted to kind of kick it off. We talked about this on Russo a little bit. I'm sure we'll talk about it tomorrow. And this is the show where it really needs a platform. Put out a video about getting demonetized after we had such a great show with Dr. Janda right away. Algorithm catches it, and YouTube sends a message to you that, we all tried to share and post. But just the wording of it, how blatantly brazen they are with going against the truth movement, no matter what it is, whether it's not saying any of these truths, but there's movements behind them from Flat Earth to 9/11 that they name. And videos, channels demonetized, pushed out of the search algorithms, the whole nine, for everything that is Gestapo and Nazi tactics happen to you, who runs a fairly, I don't want to say tame, I'm not trying to use that word, but a channel that shouldn't be really rocking anybody, and making you liable for anything.
Yeah, well, day by day, it's starting to get there,
right,
on purpose, because now it's kind of like the spiteful nature of me has kicked in, and the subscribers have grown immensely over the past. I'm well over 35,000, so we've gained about maybe 2,000 or 3,000 subscribers just in January. So it's like the minute I put up the Dr. Janda video and then started segmenting it, because 2 hours or whatever we had them on, to segment that down into like 8 to 20 minute clips, it's actually easier to digest. So people are liking that. But at the same time, every time I upload anything, I'm scared. Like when we put up the thing about what were in those envelopes was the title. All I put in the description was the names, not like conspiracy, not like death, murder, executed, tribunals, nothing like very edgy or seemed violent in any way. And I'm talking about once I hit publish, I had another tab open and I refreshed it and it had the yellow. Now their new gimmick is limited to no advertisement. So they're not gonna demonetize you. They're just gonna shadow ban it to where nobody can see it, and really essentially no ads can go to it. And of course that video with the envelopes is kicking ass too, getting a few thousand views already, which means when they finally do hopefully approve it, this is the work of it all. Everybody thinks it's so nefarious and Gestapo-ish and Nazi-ish, which it is. But I think deep down in a way too, they're working the numbers like a promoter to say, yeah, when you get up to about 5,000-10,000 views, we'll keep all that ad money. Then we'll let that, when it starts getting a little stale and nobody's watching it,
right,
then we'll approve the manual review and do that. The other thing too is, and you guys can speak on it, the thing that triggered me worse than anything was like when they started, coming up with this bullshit explanation about why 9/11 videos shouldn't be viewed anymore. Oh, they're more than 5 years old, and it's a lie about a historical event. That was man, just back up the Brinks truck to fucking Google government and give it to us.
You might as well just go, all you're ever going to know about Ben Franklin, bifocals and kites. That's kites it, dude. Keys, nothing else, nothing else you need. Like, it is scary. And like I said on Russo, I hate how Nazi is bandied around for the social justice warriors. But when you really need to use it in context, this is Nazi, Gestapo, Third Reich, complete manipulation of all history and media to brainwash a culture and rewrite history. Exactly what's going on right now. Sally, go ahead, man. I know you're anxious.
No, that's it. That's exactly it. It's propaganda and in the worst way, because they're just and they don't have to explain shit to you, just in the barest sense of the words. And they say, like, again, like they told you, well, it's dated. I'm sorry. So any talk about the Constitution or any talk about the president's dated.
Moon landing.
Dated.
That's fucking moon landing's fucking 60 years old. You don't need that.
1960. So just for real, I don't get it, and I got approved, so that it just got monetized after having over 6,000 views over the course, because they kept all that money. Well, you're gonna prove us, you're gonna give us a little bit of change. So yeah, okay, you're all right now. But before, you're kind of a piece of shit.
Well, the thing is, it's not even the money. The fact that they're going to take it out of the rotation. It's going to be very, you think you're on a worldwide net and you're just push down. How long are you going to go? It's the money's one thing, but like now, are you just going to keep making content for them as they bend their will? Look at all the stars they made. Only WWE can ruin stars as quickly as YouTube can. In 2012 to 2015, they were household names, stars that were from Kasim G to Nice Peter. I mean, there's tons of makeup ones. I know, PewDiePie and all that shit.
Yeah.
And even what's the dude who got booted? The gay guy who was the activist.
Milo.
Milo.
Yeah.
Dude.
I know it's some kind of weird Greek name.
Yeah.
Milo Yiannopoulos.
Yiannopoulos, yes. Dude, like, how huge was he? Do you hear his voice at all anywhere? Not really. So,
dude, he got booted from everything. Payment processing. That's market a beast, fucking starve you out type shit.
Yes. So, like, it's how are you going to sit back and take it? I mean, the money is what it is, but this is a real line in the sand uprising of like, all right, I guess I will, like, just like after 9/11, give up some of my own social, rights to just because without saying shit, because that's just the way the tide's going to go, and I have to go that way instead of burning down the machine or coming here to Twitch and making that the new YouTube, which is what I predict is going to happen.
Do you remember Epic Mealtime back in the day when on YouTube? How fucking amazing he was. I loved him, right? So then he had the Russian on all the time, who was the kid was a complete work.
Trago?
But he shot guns and everybody fucking loved him. And then what happened? Some shit went down where like my man disappeared, like gone. Like, I mean, gone.
Yeah.
Like not just stopped making videos. He was fucking gone. And none of his shit ever got demonetized. And he was all about promoting guns and war. And,
what happened in that time?
It was fucking harmless. It was harmless shit.
Yeah.
But on the other side of that, they never touched any of that. But Stevie will be like, "Oh, hey, Dr. Jenna makes a great point. Demonetized." I think Stevie needs to start shooting guns. He needs to start getting guns and firing them in Atlanta at people, at select targets. Wow. Stevie, get on this right now.
Oh, sure. That sounds great.
Nothing for YouTube.
Nothing bad. Yeah. But you know what? That wouldn't get demonetized for some weird reason.
No, it won't. And you have your wife. Your wife is your spotter. You guys, it would be an amazing fucking video.
Husband and wife.
Well, I better be shooting at a bunch of midgets because she ain't spotting anybody over like a bush or a tree. She just couldn't get the spaghetti sauce down. I know. I love her, man. Oh. Hey, I wanted to say this really quick. This is where the thought police and thought crime is actually successful because it sounds like such a triggering word. Sounds like it's something out of Minority Report or whatever. But there's been, I guarantee you, there's been hundreds of times over the past year since the apocalypse and everything happened, and even now, where I go to be like, man, it'd be a really cool video, and then it's just like, man, I really shouldn't buy it. It's probably going to get flagged, and it's probably going to get demonetized, and I don't make the video. That's what they want.
Yeah.
They want you to think twice about them and what they're going to do.
Absolutely. How is that where they went from being they wanted Wild West of content creators, and you don't have to worry about getting signed and getting a deal anymore. You can come here, and if you build your following, the ads are going to follow you, make your money. It's your stuff. They don't have to do shit. And now they're going to control all that and what goes. So it's not even about the content. It's about pushing a whole agenda through demonetization, through algorithms and all that kind of shit, where it makes you so paranoid, like you say, until the point where my channel is completely demonetized because they demonetized wrestling too, because I think they were paying Vince way too much. And that the fact that I don't give a damn, but now I'm like, oh, I looked on my downloads the other day. I've got the Sandy Hook documentary. I'm like, dude, this needs to be uploaded. But I got a feeling as soon as I do, my whole channel will be gone.
Quite possibly. Hey, and that's the thing, you still have your videos up and they're making money off it.
Yeah.
So like, are the videos really that terrible that they still have them up on YouTube? So it got to be one or the other. And I pointed out on Russo, like the algorithm can't line up a conservative video with a conservative sponsor and the liberal with a liberal sponsor.
Right. Yeah, they know who they're dealing with. Why wouldn't you want to sell more instead of downplay? You want to sell more ad space, which shows they will sacrifice the dollar for the mind control and the morality control, which is the bigger issue here. GGP, love to hear your take on it.
Well, you all make valid points that are not incorrect, but what I feel is that 10, 15 years ago, like you said, someone said, hey, 9/11, it was not what it said it was, or we didn't go to the moon. We were looked at as tinfoil hat wearing batshit crazy conspiracy nuts, right? So people kept quiet in the locker rooms. They didn't want to talk about it because they didn't want to be outed. They just kept it to themselves, and that's it. Well, same difference here, meaning that if people start putting out videos about free thought, conspiracies, not believing the narrative, not conforming to what being told, and questioning everything. If 1 million people start watching videos, or 500,000 people, or 10,000 people, those 10,000 more eyes that didn't know about the situation, 20,000 more, more ears or whatever, that didn't hear the truth or hear a contradicting point of view or a contradicting fact to the narrative. So the process of people, quote unquote, waking up will start to diminish because it'll be harder to find the actual situation where questioning the narrative is the norm. So you would be pushed in the corner and made that tinfoil hat wearing, crazy as a shithouse rat, conspiracy nut all over again. So let's say we started down here 15 years ago. In the course of the last 15 years, people questioning the narrative are here. So if YouTube starts demonetizing and shadow banning videos and people can't find what they're looking for, it's going to go back down the graph again. And that's where we're going to end up being. And that's how they basically feel that they're going to tame the beast and put it away.
It's weird because it feels like wrestling's fine with being between a 2 and 3.0 rating when it used to be an 8. And what you described there is kind of the exact same model. We had them way the fuck up here where people were saying, fuck TV, I'd rather watch YouTube for the content. Now, they're not creating. No one's creating new stuff that's innovative. We saw the rise of the vlogger with Casey Neistat, who sells out to CNN. Now nobody gives a flying fuck what he's got to say, So I think it's the rise of a new platform, whether it's Twitch or like this alt YouTube, because if they can silence Alex and Milo Yiannopoulos, and they're gonna, like, those are the big names, the big targets, right? Now they're doing it to the underground and the everyman, like a Richie from Boston or us, who is really in the niche of what we do, and they're just doing it with tearing us all down at the same time because they know there's not enough people who kind of give a fuck to come together. And I think it's a war that either needs to be fought, or you just retreat and find a new fucking battlefield to fight it on, which is a new platform.
I agree with you. I agree with you 100%. But if a tree falls in the forest and no one's there to hear it, does it make a sound? You know what I'm saying? That's the whole premise of this whole YouTube, I guess, de-evolution, whatever you want to call it. If there aren't any avenues or any channels where people can go see what they're looking for, they're just going to go on with their day and go find something else to do because everyone's attention span lasts that long nowadays. Yeah. So guess what? I want to find out the truth about 9/11. I can't find a video about 9/11. Oh, wait a minute. There's a squirrel. Oh, wait. What's going on ESPN? What's going on over here on the Hallmark Channel? What's going on over here, with, Cthulhu or whatever the case may be? You know what I'm saying? Like, people just don't have the initiative to follow through on what they want to do anymore because their attention spans, and being the fact that we have this at our fingertips that give us instant satisfaction, it limits a person's I don't want to say research process, but initiative or hard work.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I agree. But what'd you say?
That's designed by
that's great, right? Okay. No,
yeah.
Nothing. Okay,
I got it.
No pop from, look at GGP, like a statue.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing.
Greeks and
that's designed by the system, though, to make us that busy and distracted and lacking any focus. Sure. Here's a scarier thing that's been popping up off and on haven't heard it lately, but Adam Curry at No Agenda podcast used to talk about it all the time. They really want to start handing out licenses for podcasting, licenses to do what we do. They want to regulate it, which is no different, much worse actually, than what's going on now with YouTube. So that way you have to go through and get your content cleared with the government, because you have to every year, and of course you're going to have to pay for your license. So you're already kind of in the hole. Then you have to confine to these rules. Dude, once that happens, if they really ever say, well, there's too much crazy stuff out there, we need to issue a license. YouTube could charge a yearly premium to be a YouTuber, but still demonetize videos. All these things sound crazy, but isn't what's going on now, which is real life, kind of crazy when you think about it 5 years ago? What they're trying to do?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, just not even on a YouTube platform, just life in general, the way life is today is ridiculous. The fact that in New York, they just passed a law where abortion is legal up to the day before the baby's born. That's cold-hearted murder. And someone put up a meme.
Well, let's tell like it really is.
What is it?
It's for babies who are going to be like born clinically brain dead. I mean, that's how they're putting it through. So it's quality.
Okay.
It's like quality of life thing. Now, will they?
It's like a future wrestler.
Now, will they try and slide the fucking puck past and do some other
Bourne.
shit? Yeah.
Sorry.
You like Matt Bourne? You're gonna get stillborn. Yeah, it's gonna be great.
Fuck.
Sally like that one.
But Cuomo's pushing this bill that anyone can get an abortion up to the 9th month, and the day before.
It's only under that like they ran with it like opposite that and propagandized the fuck out of it. I would love to be in on some hot shit and be like these motherfuckers, but like that's really the strictest of what it is now.
Okay, hold on. Before we go down that topic, I was just giving examples how fucked up our society is today.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? In California now, they're mandating it for kindergarten teachers to teach the children that there's definitely 15 different genders. What the fuck?
Bro, look.
That's ridiculous. You know what I'm saying?
Angelina Jolie started this horse shit, and then now fucking Kate Hudson has to come out and be like, my kid's just fluid gender. Shut the fuck up.
There's a dude in New Zealand who just had a baby, right? Because he's a transgender woman who became a man.
Yourself.
And he goes, I can't wait to, chest feed the kid.
I can't wait until every New Zealander beats the shit out of you, because that's what they do. They will beat the shit out of this idiot.
So ridiculous. And the funny thing is, the news and the propaganda that the media puts on, they make it seem like we're so divided. But in actuality, I was having this discussion at the gym the other day. So many Americans are not.
So like you weren't working out, you were talking?
It was between sets.
All right, fair enough.
So, so many Americans actually agree with one another that a lot of the people agree with this whole gender neutrality bullshit, that it's bullshit and it's all biology, either male or female, and that the president, he's an idiot, but he gets the job done. The numbers don't lie, or well, they do, but whatever, and he's done stuff that no other president's done before him that they said they would, and he's actually come through on his promises. They feel the wall is stupid. I mean, there's so much stuff that the left and the right agree on in actuality, but the media makes it seem, and the social media and just entertainment, everything in general, just makes it seem that we're tearing at the seams and we're ready to have like a civil war, which is not the case. So it's all perception and it's all bullshit. It's all propaganda.
Well, the civil war is
going. You work out at Trump Tower, Jim?
Sometimes I do, yeah.
No, I'm not. You're absolutely right. This is all the culmination of a huge work. Everything we talk about is based on people in power, people with money, people that have control, working the masses. We're basically, the country and the world is treated like a bunch of marks. That's really all it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, pal.
Dance for me.
Definitely treating everybody like a bunch of marks, but we do know that the civil war is going on. It's just in the deep state with the power players who really matter, as Dr. Janda kind of laid out for us. The rest of it is nothing more than divisiveness, as we always say, to keep a house divided so we can't unify, when really, as human beings, we are far more centrist. It's just that we don't want to be told what to do, so people are going to take extreme dramatic points of view, and then, you know, it just becomes that drama where really we're all kind of cut from the same cloth, whether it is in the 85%. So the other story I wanted to get to that we passed around and is probably going to blow up really big, and we'll end up doing a whole show on it, we'll see how far it goes here, is Leaving Neverland, a red-hot story. You know, once again, putting Michael Jackson under the spotlight as two new accusers come forward in their 30s saying that they were given alcohol, oral sex, put in bathtubs with Michael Jackson while he put porn on. And I guess this film debuted at Sundance, I believe.
Here's my question.
Yeah.
Quick question on this. So let's break this down to minutia. Michael Jackson is sitting in a bathtub doing his bath time routine, fucking playing with his chimps balls, doing whatever he's doing. And an aide comes in and says, "Michael, little Jimmy wants to join you up in the tub." And he says, "Oh, that."
That story I sent earlier. I don't know if you got to read through.
I got to hear this impression.
Go ahead.
You got to just lay out for a second.
But what I'm saying is, little Jimmy gets, he wants, hey, Michael, little Jimmy wants to join you in the tub, and he says, "Oh, we should all get clean together," and then everybody has a good time, right? So at this point, is Michael
like
Jackson?
Raven. Yeah, we should all.
You don't know. Maybe it was. You don't know. Okay. Little Scotty wants to get in the tub too with you and little Jimmy, and he says, "Oh, that's wonderful! Everybody get in the tub with me." So everybody's in the tub with Mike, and Mike's just having a great old time. Because here's my thought, and this might be a little fucked up, but I don't think Michael Jackson actually fucking touched or did anything to anybody. I think he hung out and he fucking jerked his little fucking weed later. I don't think he actually fucked any of these kids. That's all I'm going to say.
Well,
that's all I'm going to say on that matter.
In this, not that Dipley or a blog post is anything to trust, but supposedly word out of Sundance is it's very graphic. And one of the testimonies is that Michael Jackson took the kid in there, put on the porn and the wine, and that's happened multiple times. Another time that he gave the kid a blowjob, but it was hurting the kid. And then Michael was texting him all night long saying, "Did you get your underwear? I'm worried there's blood on it." So you're talking about
fucking nickel for every time.
You had the Hunter's gym bag or something.
Yeah. So now other people, now other directors and whatnot have gone on social media and said they saw it, they feel it's more of a mockumentary, and that they don't believe a tenth of what these two dudes are saying. However, it comes to reason to me. I don't give a shit how rich you are. The rumors surround you. We see what your father did to you. We know you're completely damaged goods. And then you paid, you want to be Peter Pan, the boy who won't grow up, and all this bullshit. You want to be Diana Ross, and you're doing all this other bullshit. You don't pay somebody off $22 million if you're not guilty. And that's what he did. So whether Illuminati had him killed or whoever, for whatever reasons, through the doctor and the OD, fine, but I think it's going to come out here, even post-mortem, that he ran one of the most high-priced pedophile rings there probably is, with the biggest players possible.
Yeah, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying he's like, oh God, no, not Michael Jackson. I believe Michael Jackson was all about seeing little kids' dicks and shit.
How about the bloody blowjob underwear story after your statement before that?
Bloody blowjob underwear story is pretty good.
I covered that on the horror junkyard.
Yeah, that's pretty good. I don't know.
Yeah, new horror junkyard dropped today. You guys get that as well. Mandy, I believe, is what it was.
Oh, what a fucking mess. Anyway, we'll talk about it later. But like again, I don't think he's innocent. I think he dug little kids. I have no doubt about that. There is no fucking ifs, ands, or buts.
I think his dad was whacking him on the cock with a ruler when he was 7 years old.
Oh, for real. But that's why I don't think he was into hurting the kids. I think he was all about, no, we love each other.
If you're giving toothy scrape jobs to a fucking 10-year-old, something's fucking wrong.
Again, like I said, my vantage point of this is I don't feel like he actually fucked up them kids.
Stevie, you're dancing with the man in the mirror. What do you think about all this?
Pop.
Oh man, I mean, this is Cosby math type stuff. There's so many stories. Even if one of these stories he was inappropriate with the child, and believe me, I mean he had an entire he had pretty much an entire world where everybody pretty much said he was the best. There was no checks and balances to keep him in line, and that kind of abuse goes down generations. So whatever his father did to him, and that's been well documented. There's no conspiracy about that.
He's hanging blanket out of a fucking window.
Yeah. Well, they can't. I mean, in his defense, the kid was all fucking high and trying to jump, so Michael saved him. Right. That's the old guy. Actually, he was watching the 7-hour Royal Rumble.
He was just trying to I gotta get out of here.
That doesn't sound too far off. I was at fucking Crowbar's house. And we were trying to keep his kids from fucking cutting their throats.
And that's why he covered his face too, because the kid actually put it over his face first, watching some of the psychology on the show.
You see, kids, they used to have this single called "Be My Baby Tonight," and those two guys worked together, and that's why they're doing this spot. Holy fuck. GGP, Chemo.
Dude, that's what we should do. We should do King the Garden Raw commentary and just explain it on Twitch, what's going on to everybody.
How bad was it last night? Was it bad?
There's good and bad. The new Daniel Bryan belt is awesome, dude.
I love it.
It's perfect.
I love his character, that whole SJW.
He's killing it. Well,
I love it.
You want to know why? Because there's nobody writing for him. He's got creative control. And now he's raising a bar to where everybody should be, and everyone in the writing staff should be shitting their pants. Like, fuck them.
He makes a $5 belt they'll sell for $300 on the website.
Why not, dude? Why? It's a perfect way to spread a message of he could incorporate so many things more that's just scratching the surface. He could go through all of our shows and pick things out for truth or shit if he wanted to. But that was good. The girl stuff is just ridiculous and not believable. And, and then you're going to let Girthquake go in there in the men's Royal Rumble. So you're going to let Brock Lesnar go in the women's Royal Rumble next year?
I
identify as a woman. I'm going to fucking...
Here's the deal. I left. I did not see the Royal Rumble because I was with adults at this point, and I went because the kids went to bed because it was fucking 11 o'clock.
Yeah.
And we all went, yeah, we're going to split. Everybody left. People fucking left a party because they're just like, this is too much.
I'm tapped. Yeah, dude, they did one decent thing, but they should be doing this all the time. So it's not really like you should give them credit for doing the basics of decent writing again after 5-6 years. In the opening pre-show, Lana gets bumped off, takes and fucks her leg up. She comes out number 28 or something, limping to the ring later. Girthquake comes out, fucks her over in the aisle, throws her into the barrier, and then Becky Lynch comes out and takes that spot, which was smart, like 2 spots later. So at least they wrote something that would come full circle and pay off. But, I mean, if we're that star for quality shit, we're fucked.
All right, well, I did watch the Rumble. I watched it from the girls' Rumble on. I went to my buddy's house and watched it. I didn't even catch the entire girls' Rumble. From a certain point in the Rumble on, I watched. I think the whole thing with Becky it started off golden. It was great. The whole thing with the knee wasn't necessary. She didn't need to fight the bullshit knee. I mean, especially since someone, allegedly hurt their ankle earlier on. It just, come on now. It was just ridiculous. You don't, all you need to do is out wrestle, what's her name? And throw her over the top rope.
Yeah, well, why would you have her lose to Asuka earlier so she can be like, lost to one champ, win the Royal Rumble, I'm not in, and now I'm going to go face the UFC champ, thinking like I'm supposed to believe she could even fuck with Ronda Rousey, like, and Asuka looks like a fucking dummy. But who really looks like a dummy? Blanket, because he couldn't get out the window in time before Michael Jackson could save him from trying to kill himself.
And don't think there's
was that your cue for me not to talk wrestling now?
No, well, I was just going to keep going.
Well, don't think that. I suspect, I'm going to do some research. I think we're going to be able to dig up some audio of what happened as Blanket was trying to escape the Royal Rumble party.
All right.
Nice.
But
actually, it was years ago. But Blanket knew this was going to happen because Blanket was actually John Teeter, the time traveler.
Oh, shit. Let's
see how we can make see
Absolutely.
YouTube. We can make anything sound true.
So the other weird part of this leaving Neverland is that one of the accusers, there's two, there's Robson and Safe Chuck are their last names. I popped because I wanted to be Sweet Chuck, but it's Safe
Sweet Chuck.
Yeah.
What's the word, Sweet Chuck? Kill. What is it? Kill.
That was good. But Robson supposedly was in a non-mock wedding with Michael Jackson when he was 7 years old, and Liza Minnelli was there to preside over it, and he actually gave the kid a ring with 7 diamonds in it that he still has to this day. Now, I don't give a fuck. This shit is like the protection of Smooth Criminal or ABC 123. Fuck you, freak of nature.
If the guy, I mean, if it happened, fine. I'm not saying the molestation, the wedding. I'm saying if he gave the kid a ring with 7 diamonds and this kid is so mentally scarred from this incident, then why the fuck does he still have the ring?
Well, I don't know.
Wouldn't you look at it and say, that was a moment
dude,
in my life.
once you get diddled, no, dude, like that's this thing. It's to pass it on. Once something traumatic happens, and thankfully, hopefully it didn't to you, like supposedly in abuse, 90% of the cases here of it being passed on is the same thing. His father had them lined up crying like a drill sergeant, having them dance and be prepared to go on the road at 5 and 6 years old, and who knows what other pseudo-sexual things. He passes it on to this kid. This kid's fucked from that point on. You can't expect him to apply normal logic of let me get rid of it. And he actually even put over, he goes, I liked jewelry. So this Michael probably identified him as a young gay child. I like jewelry, and now that's ruined because he used it against me. He even puts in the quote from the movie itself.
Didn't they say that one of these guys testified in Michael Jackson's favor in one of the court cases that just went down?
Money, bro.
Yeah, all of this is. I think all of this is money. This all came out, at Sundance they played the movie, and now all of a sudden, now everything's real. Why wasn't this shit real years ago?
It was, dude. It was definitely real years ago with how hot it was.
I'll tell you why.
And R. Kelly's in the same boat right now. Go ahead, GGP.
It's real now because they're trying to make news, and they're trying to keep it on the forefront in order to desensitize everyone to pedophilia, so they can fucking normalize it. So none of these fuckers in Washington or in the Vatican can do any real time or get their fucking heads cut off like they're supposed to.
And just to tie this back in, somebody sent this video today in the messenger group, and I don't know who sent it, but go fuck yourself, one of you 3 motherfuckers, with fucking Dave Blazar or whatever the fuck that guy's name is.
Ooh.
I watched that thing on the fucking Amish.
Oh yeah, I didn't watch the Amish part. Is it
fuck all of you?
The Pennsylvania secrets. I sent that. Yeah.
Well, this has to do with a lot of a pedophile ring.
So there's 7 secrets of pedophilia in Pennsylvania that could all be exposed this week.
Let's get to the real issue of this. That fucking website, the Hagman files.
Yeah.
Fuck you, whoever Ben, you sent it. Go fuck yourself.
All right.
Because I had to listen to that droning.
Larry Hagman sucks.
Fucking, oh my god! I thought I was gonna fucking pluck my eardrums out listening to this guy speak about.
And that's why I said to Dr. Janda last week.
How the fuck are you making pedophilia and Satan religious ritual abuse boring? How do I not want to listen to this?
Yeah.
And listen to the Hagman files. You will not give a fuck. You'll be like, fuck those kids, fuck them, and turn it off.
It's brutal.
And hearing all that was weird because we also discussed the Amish thing about they're under their own law. They have pretty much conditioned the police to be like, we got this. We're good. We're fine.
Yeah.
And then the cops are like, all right, you guys covered it. We're not going to fuck with it. Meanwhile, this is going on. Like, this is brutal. Like, they get into some shit. They get into some deep shit.
There's a couple places like that. Yes.
No, bro, this is all real. They do, and no offense, Stevie, because they do get into. They are all Christian warriors. They are all, and these guys are fuck. I'm not even gonna fucking pull a punch and not give them credit. These motherfuckers are boots on the ground type deals, where they are showing up to places and calling people out. They're going to these fucking Mennonite communities and shit like that, and they're like, hey. What's up? Who's a fucking victim? And they're trying to help people. They are legit trying to help people, but then they keep going back to biblical references, and you're like, you almost have it. You guys got a great formula, and then you fuck it.
Yeah. Then they go back to the fucking wizard world.
They go back to the Bible, and you're like, stop doing it, and you just help the people. But the thing is, there are people in the legal system who are aware of this, and they are really pushing to get this done.
Get what done? You're talking.
There is pedophilia. There is ritual abuse. The guy's talking like almost, what do you say, almost over 100 million people globally. But in Pennsylvania, this shit apparently
because you've got the Amish one, you've got the Coach Sandusky one.
Right.
You've got
he compared them.
You've got the Philadelphia Archdiocese, massive Catholic scandal.
He's saying they are generations deep.
Yeah, and then the political. So like, and they all run through Pennsylvania. So like, it's just a powder keg of like, you keep pulling the Jenga fucking pieces out and see what's gonna come crumbling down.
Now he just said, he goes, well, even Sandusky's kid got indicted.
Right.
So the deeper you go, the more you find these roots are so deep that almost nearly everybody is involved. Like, it's not just Jerry Sandusky. It's not just Jerry Sandusky. It's his coaching staff. It's his kid. All these people were complicit or involved.
Yeah. I just got
from the Sandusky side. But now that goes again into the Amish community, and they have a huge bishops. All the bishops over there.
Yeah.
Those are the guys they're going after, and they're going to ask them the question verbally. They're going after them. Sorry, Stevie, for you. Verbally, they're going after them, but then you go down deeper. You got the Archdiocese in Philly, who are all kid fuckers, allegedly. And then now the politics. Bobby Heenan just got indicted as well.
Bobby who?
Bobby Heenan in Philly.
The manager?
Yes, they're digging him up and they're going to put him in jail. There's a guy in Philly, Bobby Heenan, as well as John Doherty. They're calling him Johnny Docs. And they're all fucking corrupt cunts anyway.
So who's going after them?
This group, what's his name? Quasar, whatever.
The tag?
Watch the Hagman report for more information.
Watch that bullshit Hagman report.
Fuck that. 45 minutes? No way.
45 minutes? It seemed like 6 hours.
Dude, it was brutal.
His voice is soothing.
Yeah.
Soothing.
Like a fucking cheese grater under your balls, it's soothing.
Drilled.
Oh, God.
New Jack's in the house.
Holy fuck.
Is Tommy Dreamer more charismatic than this guy?
Oh,
Tommy Dreamer has more, and he has a more animated voice than this guy.
Jesus Christ! And I'm definitely not watching it.
Yeah, but like seriously, he had some serious shit to talk about, and he was dropping some shit. I guarantee most people will give up on it before he gets to it.
Yeah,
that's all I can say about it.
I'm actually supposed to be on that show soon.
Are you going to talk about God?
Really excited to work out on your program. It's kind of like the sweaty balls thing from SNL.
It is
That's
very much
sort of the
like
voice.
that. Yeah,
Was this the same guy who interviewed Dr. Jenga on that clip that you guys sent us?
Yes.
Oh, he's the shits, dude.
Oh,
he's very
He's
well
got all
known.
the
Though,
studio
man.
and a setup.
He does. He's got amazing resources. They are very strong, and like I said, I'm going to give him
he was
credit.
a major cable news guy for the years. He just got
doing
pushed
his shit,
out.
man.
He just got
Yeah,
pushed out.
back on radio.
He's on radio. That's a radio voice he has. He probably is on some kind of terrestrial station somewhere. Definitely not FM, but
possibly ham radio.
I can't wait to tell him what a big fan you are.
This
Please
is
do.
Larry
Let him know.
Hagman, Kiss 98.5.
No, are you going on Hagman's show? Or are you going on QZAR or whatever the fuck the other guys?
I'm going on John does show on Sunday from 4:30 to 5 p.m. on the hit goes on the AM site, but I'm supposed to possibly go on the Hagman report too.
Oh,
For your workout, the 16 band thing?
does he understand what it is? Like, does he know what it is, or?
I think it's just getting around. They're probably going to want all of us on. I might just put you on there, Sally.
He's not going to want us all on because I'm going to.
Oh, let's go. All the people in the conspiracy Horseman army. Go tweet everybody that you want to see that Horseman.
I'll say, please, fuck, wake up.
Yeah, leave this clip out, by the way, when you tweet them.
What's his name? Hartman? No,
Hagman.
Hagman.
Hagmann, I think. Hagman report.
Tweet everybody. Hagman, the Dr. Jenga. Tell him you want the conspiracy.
Yeah, what it Jenga.
Shanda, Jenga.
Make sure it
Jenga
doesn't
was
tip
awesome.
over. Take your time. Get
Yeah,
it.
Dr.
Jenga now.
Chanda was cool. We could talk to
Oh,
him.
he was
He's like,
awesome.
oh yeah, but this guy, oh my, I swear to God, you will fucking eat a bullet before you're done talking to him.
No, I know who you're talking about because he interviewed
We-
Jenga and it was just fucking
I-
watching paint dry.
I think I think 8 or 9 minutes later we get the idea, Sal, that he's a little dry. He's not quite over animated.
Just saying.
This
Just saying,
is
man.
Larry
And then
Hagman
he's got
on
some other
Kiss
fucking hump on there with the beer.
98.5
He will make you go on the side of the elitist of the cabal after
Bueller.
listening.
That was
Bueller.
Yeah,
that
you
was
want to go on the other
Drake,
side just to join up and be like, fuck
Lil
this guy.
Wayne, and Eminem. I want this shit forever, man.
Bueller.
It's almost 4:15 on your drive home. Larry Hagman,
Well,
Kiss.
When I say
98.5.
Larry Hagman, I would rather listen to dead Larry Hagman than this guy.
No.
But the thing I'm saying, like, not even Hagman. Fuck Hagman. Hagman had that guy on the show, Quasar. Quasar,
Who's
whatever that guy's
Quasar?
name is. The guy this is the guy I'm talking about. Give me a second.
Quasar is a dude from Marvel
Oh,
Comics. Dude.
Yes, it is him. It's exactly, that's the guy. You know who it is, so I don't even have to look it up.
Hit
So
the
go ahead,
extended bite commercial while he's looking it up.
Jesus.
Guys, you discuss amongst
So
yourselves.
our
and
other
look up the-
story is that
look up
a
the
major
fucking
setup
video
this
that
week.
Vince
That,
So
said.
one. Go what?
all right, our other story this
Russ
week is
Dizdar. There we go.
What?
Russ Dizdar is the guy's name.
Quasar?
Yes, close enough. Russ Dizdar is the guy's name. He's the guy who's doing all this shit. He's got these organized groups who are going out after these people. Like,
So it's like a
showing
watchdog type of thing?
yeah, and they're showing up at events. They're going to these like he wants people to gather. He wants people to get together
So
and
let's
go
get him
out.
on the show.
Fuck, why didn't I think of that?
You're too busy while marking out for Hangman. He
I wanna
clouded
hang.
the judgment.
Hang myself.
our other story is the big setup of Roger Stone this week. Which,
Oh, dude, you know what I heard about that? And it was an
Please.
interesting fact. It just blew my mind. We sent 12 people to go get Osama bin Laden in a fortified palace or fortress or wherever the fuck he was, in a cave somewhere. And they sent 29 agents to go get Roger Stone. He was home with his wife by himself. What the fuck?
Yeah, well, I saw that meme too, and it is overkill. Obviously, it's the same as sending a Tomahawk helicopter to a goddamn telescope for a pedophile janitor. I think something with that, it was going on different than this because CNN was there to have it all ready to go and fucking.
Yeah, they knew beforehand. dude.
They
had to.
suck so bad at creating a work that is believable. Of course, you wouldn't want to be there. They will know that it's a setup. So again, they're just fucking it up. To me, I feel they're all on the same page because what happens 2 days after he gets out of jail? His fucking Netflix movie drops.
Right.
I feel this whole fucking
He's a
thing
troll.
is a work, dude.
Could be.
And
Could be.
because they're gonna botch it again. Whatever they wanted to, they remember indictments being handed down about Russia. Again, air out of the tires, nothing happens. Roger Stone, oh, you're gonna come at him for what? I mean, you could have got him 15 other ways for tampering in elections when it was George Bush era. You guys should watch the Roger Stone movie on Netflix. It definitely will give you a bigger insight into what he really does as a worker, a mastermind worker, of how we talked about how the marks in Washington are shitty at their work. This guy is definitely pulling like some click type shit from back in the day. Like he's on some next level set people up stuff. So I could see why they want to get him, but to me, I see the bigger picture here. But CNN, again, set up to look like fucking dummies when they wanted in a hot gotcha moment. They get exposed as being part of nothing more than a vindictive deep state plot.
So who do you think big books or work worst? WWE or CNN?
CNN, definitely.
CNN. They were there, like they were waiting. Like it was almost like a TV or a fucking movie setup when you watch a news report on a movie, and they're just like, oh, we're here live, and just, oh, shit happened. We didn't know.
Oh, almost as bad as the news reporter who found Bin Laden in the cave when we couldn't find him.
Right.
Oh, I just tripped and found him. Sorry, guys.
No, set themselves up so bad, and MSNBC does too with Rachel Madcow with the fucking tax returns for Trump, and then they read him he's $40 million, and like, oh, I guess we could have read these off the air instead of leading up to it and looking like douchebags. But they're gonna continue to fuck themselves up. WWE just can't even iron the fucking blue screen behind Matt Hardy so shit looks right. Like that's just laziness. One's incompetence. Stevie, what are you thinking, man?
They're throwing the more stuff they throw, which what they're doing with Roger Stone, they need to be careful because if the truth does come out, because he's a guy that's been in the game for like 30 to 40 years through administration after administration after administration.
Yeah.
They think he's just some frail old man who's kooky and he's a gimmick, which he is. He's 100% gimmick, but he can also shoot.
He's just sitting in a coffee shop making 4 phone calls, playing people off of each other. He's that kind of power player.
And I think they are trying to do a little bit of revenge if on the surface, whether it's a work or not deep down, but they're trying to get back at him because they believe, just like the Alex Jones, demonetizing everything with him and basically stripping him of all payment processing. They're trying to get revenge on the people that got Trump elected when they think they're looking at that the wrong way too, because Trump didn't get elected. Hillary lost. She completely lost it.
Yeah.
Because she just fucking...
And that was Trump's.
She just fucking phoned it in and assumed they were going to hand it to her because she felt she deserved it. Or as we think really deep down, that the people in charge threw a swerve and they were going to put her in there, but they said, let's go this way because people think that they won something for a little bit and we can kind of configure what we want to do over here. Once again, it's just controlled opposition on each side. Everything we look at with Roger Stone, and we're taking a side with Roger Stone, or we're taking the side of CNN, or doing this, it's all a big work by somebody who's basically in Vince's spot, controlling all the angles around.
Yeah, like he helped Ross Perot and Bob Dole. He puts those guys in play just to fuck up the other team's side, so his side can then move in. Like he's moving those chess pieces 2 and 3 moves just to set up one thing so he can strike. And they're not ready for that because their hair's on fire over some salacious shit. And they've been worked for so long, so now they want to come back and get you and gotcha. And they might have here, but I don't think they're going to follow through because already Trump says that he would pardon them. So, like, all your hard work is out the window that way. The other part of this, too, is, man, it just shores up the team. Not like we didn't know that this FBI that, and Sal, I don't want to put you in the camp that you're loyal to Hillary, but man, boy, they are, whether it's Mueller, like just using that deep state civil war Dr. Jana talked about with what silos and shilohs each camp were in, they, thank you. They
excellent. Nailed it.
I had to pass the heat. I felt bad there. I told you some shots might be fired tonight. That it shows that Hillary, money launderers, child traffickers, and FBI all in one school together and probably controlling the NYPD. Otherwise, that shit would have been leaked. Military industrial coming to bat for the guys who are really trying to work and drain the swamp as they go down the tubes and are screaming for their lives. They're trying to make these moves against them, but it's showing, it's exposing their hand every time they do that and they step up and fail.
So this is a true Gestapo type setup.
Absolutely.
This is pretty much the government police doing all this V for Vendetta stuff to try to shut people down.
I think so, 100%, man.
It's just funny that once it comes to light, it's like Roger Stone said in Discovery, whether or not people will pay attention. Basically, you still got Hillary Clinton, you got John Podesta, Tony Podesta, you got lots of people around her. You got the Anthony Weiner laptop. You know, all these other things. She's literally, what was the thing that he lied about something about her deleting the emails, like whatever he testified in front of Congress, correct?
Right. So,
well, she was the one that actually fucking deleted the emails illegally and lied about it in front of Congress.
Exactly.
So we have a lot of stuff.
Double standard right out of the gate.
Hey, everybody go down.
Right.
Roger Stone go down. All the other ones go down.
If they were gonna, they would have got them both on the same day, right? If they would have took Stone and Hillary in the same day, now you're talking. Now I can get with it. The other way, you're nothing more than a pit bull off the fucking leash. Sick 'em, boys. That's it.
They automatically made him the rogue, he's fucking off on his own, man. We can't nothing. If they would have got them both together, it would have been perfect.
And yeah, but what they do there, real quick, sorry. What they do there is they do the same thing they did with Trump. They're making him out to be this way, and the people see through it. They're going to be more endeared to Roger Stone in the very end. The more they do this kind of bullshit.
Especially with a Netflix movie. No one is putting over, like, can you believe how he fucking plays politics in this Netflix movie? In the Netflix movie, yeah, he looks shady as fuck, but he looks way smarter than everybody else, and there's nothing you can't fault him for except for pissing people off as he kicks them out of the fucking way because he's smarter than them. A lot like you do, GGP.
Thank you, brother. I appreciate your kind words. I'm paying attention, my friend. I'm paying attention.
Just that last part.
I enjoyed the Netflix spot. I don't think they're going to come through and indict him on anything. It's going to come back to bite him in the ass because all they have is that wow moment of get it on reality TV, everybody. That's all they've got out of the gate. And he'll sit back, and he even references – like, that's what they're hitting him with, Godfather references of, like, you better watch out. You're end up with a horse head in your bed type shit. So, he's just or he talks about what's the brother who goes to testify?
Fredo?
No.
Fredo.
Nah, not Fredo. Fredo gets whacked in the boat. The brother, Frank Pantangeli's brother, comes, right? And he changes his testimony. He references that about somebody else who was going to stooge to Mueller. So that's where they try and get him. But then Trump comes out and goes, oh, you're going to go after him for some emails on some shit, but you're not going to arrest this cunt for 33,000 emails that indict for Benghazi and pedophilia, like, without saying that, like, they're just draw the line in the sand real quick. And I don't know if you saw it today, Stevie, or anybody really, but I went at Podesta. I usually don't tweet out of, like, emotion to be like, whatever, but he tried to go at Trump over the shit he said about global warming, which was stupid too, and put out some poll. I just was like, I don't know who told you that you thought it was safe for you to come out in public and speak anymore without being lynched, but it's not. Pretty much, let him fucking sweat, dude. Like, right back at him, name him. Like, that guy shouldn't feel no comfort that he could stick his head up out of any fucking molehole and not get whacked on the fucking street. Every day he should be terrified of getting fucking stabbed in the throat with a spork.
Do you think he flipped on his brother because his brother's nowhere to be found, but he's still in the public?
He's still in the game, right?
Right, but I don't think he turned on his brother, because here's the deal, man.
They were wrapped up in the Russia shit with the investment, and he has been silent, man. That I feel like that's some cut a deal shit. Like,
I don't think he'll sell his brother out. His brother's got his back. His brother shares his fucking crazy predilection.
Again, both of them probably same as Michael Jackson, got diddled by their uncle or old man at fucking age 6.
They share their predilection. He's not going to turn that guy over. He's going to protect that guy to the end until somebody puts a fucking 12-inch blade in his throat. Just saying. Anybody wants to do it, go on ahead. But the thing is, he'll never give his brother up. It'll be somebody else who fucks them. It'll be another.
I feel like you could trap him if you wanted to. You could trap him.
Yeah, but the thing is,
I don't think he turned his brother over.
The thing is that there's so much shit out there right now, and nothing's happening. It's so fucking ridiculous.
I don't think, I wanted to tie all that together. Like, so just the fact that we're talking Michael Jackson and, pop star alone out of it, at least these circles are getting exposed in a bigger thing instead of hearsay, and more names will drop. We've gotten this far, obviously, without fucking Corey Feldman's fucking help, cocksucker.
Fuck that cunt.
But whether it's Cosby or whether it's fucking Kevin Spacey or any of them that are getting the hammer dropped on them, and now R. Kelly will be next in a big way. Let them, man. So instead of keeping it swept under the rug, because think about when we started this doing Pizzagate and stuff, this is all spin out of that. Like, without that, this wouldn't be in the conversation whatsoever.
Yeah, but the problem is this, in my opinion anyway. I don't want to say testimonies, but you have cold hard facts come into play. This cunt breaks, laptops or phones with hammers, right?
Yeah, server burns down in her fucking garage.
right?
No, she had in her bathroom, dude.
I thought it was like a separate garage
Keep my server.
Deleted 33,000 emails. So none of that stuff is hearsay or maybe it happened because someone told me. They got it on. It's cold hard facts, and no one blinks a fucking eye. No one does anything. If you deleted 33,000 emails or tampered with evidence when you were being indicted or looked at, they would bury your ass underneath the jail. So that's the only thing that bothers me, man. It bothers me because it's not the same playing field across the board for everybody. You know what I mean? I mean, who else is there? Fucking Epstein, known fucking child fucker. He gets his own. You know what I'm saying?
Ooh.
He gets fucking. That's ridiculous. I'm gonna go on a fucking tangent. I don't want to do that. Let's move on.
All right.
Listen, really quickly. I remember watching. I think it was Comey. Comey, when he went up there and he was talking, and I'm watching it, and he's going through all the stuff Hillary did wrong, all the crimes she committed, everything about the emails, everything they had found. I'm like, holy shit, this is like gonna happen.
Yeah,
and then,
right.
Dude, in the end, he goes, but we didn't see any intent to do these things. And I'm like, what the fuck? Like, she didn't mean to.
That was a big fucking one-gun salute to the fucking country, courtesy of the fucking Democratic Party.
You can tell how it went down. To delete 33,000 emails, what happened? Oh, shit, they're about to break down the door. We got tipped off in a half hour. We got to get rid of this shit. Select all, delete. Like, that's as dumb as this fucking old cunt is. And the fact that they keep protecting her, Comey from the inside, just shows again how in bed they are with the FBI and where the line is in this deep state war of what's going on. And they're killing their credibility with every one of these little hurdle moves they try and pull because, like you said, it exposes them more and more.
There's no credibility left. There's
None.
little to begin with, and now there's absolute nothing left. If there could be negative credibility, they're like 100,000,000% negative in the negative with credibility as far as both sides of the fence goes.
Well, we're not deleting any emails here today because we don't have emails. We have gender-neutral messages.
What a great segue.
Thank you.
Touché.
And we are deep, so I'm going to start trying reading. Anybody got anything else? No?
Earthquake for the fucking gender neutral
That's
message.
right.
Bag.
It's time,
Here we
baby.
go, folks.
From Sam Harley.
Yeah.
Nice.
Got to review that too at the end of the show.
We will. We'll get about it.
Sam Harley, favorite theories, UK listener. Thank you so much for replying to my email. Really made my day better at work. I know this is a couple of weeks late, Sam. Thanks for bearing with us. Really made my day at work better. I asked what all of your favorite Mandela effects were. First, I recently watched Wreck-It Ralph 2 with my eldest daughter, and C-3PO appears in the film and is completely gold again. How strange. I hope you all have an amazing holiday season and New Year. Keep on the subject of your favorites. What are all of yours favorite conspiracy theories? Mine would be if the earth is flat or not. Sal, don't hate me if my spelling is terrible. I have dyslexia. Can't wait to hear all of your opinions. Sincerely.
Why the fuck am I hating on people? I'm not
he might have dyslexia of people. He might think I'm Sal.
Yeah, maybe because this Tonka tongue motherfucker reads the emails. I don't.
So, and he actually didn't switch any words or anything like that. So he did well.
Tonka tongue.
Yeah, I've never heard that, but I like it. I don't know what it means.
No wonder your wife is happy. All 437.
That's right, man. That's right.
Those Tonka trunks can fucking last a nuclear blast.
Yeah, I got laid big time last week too. Favorite theories. So what do you guys think? Just around the horn, quick. Favorite Mandela effect. Favorite conspiracy theory.
Oof, fuck. Let's see. Favorite Mandela effect would have to be the mirror on the wall.
Okay.
Because that gets everybody every time.
Yep, that's a killer.
Favorite conspiracy theory? Obviously has to. 9/11 is a big one for me because I was there, and it's when I quote unquote woke up. The moon landing, they're neck and neck, but very big on the Federal Reserve, man, and then the monetary system. You know me.
There you go, guys. There's three. Go ahead, Stevie.
I'd probably have to agree with the mirror because everybody has seen a Disney movie. The Forrest Gump one is most of the time people get it, but the mirror one is 100%. Everybody always gets that well, supposedly wrong since it's magic mirror. Probably I will go with a fun one. Obviously, 9/11 moon landing are my rabbit holes that we all go down to kind of look at. But the new fun one is actually the Donald Trump as John Teeter to go down that rabbit hole. And Barron Trump is perhaps involved with this time travel thing. So that's a fun rabbit hole. I'm going to do a video on that.
Which goes into
the demonetizing.
Which goes into the Simpsons as well, which, there's been 27 predictions years ahead of time. There's
a video on YouTube that breaks down every single Simpsons one too. So look that up. It just neck and neck, like compares them split screen and talks about the whole thing. Even there's all these ones I remember scenes from, and I didn't remember they predicted anything. Like from the Quickie Mart, they had one that I can't remember. What was the one? Oh, they actually said in one that where Lisa was president and Milhouse was talking about the budget, and he goes, Donald Trump bankrupted us. I was like, holy shit, like that was way long time ago before. I mean,
that was decades before,
What's that?
That was decades before, I think.
Yeah.
Maybe like 16
Two things.
years.
One of the Simpsons thing that I thought was fascinating was in one of the episodes they had Fox, the logo with the searchlights, and it said a division of Walt Disney Company.
Yeah.
And I went, holy shit. And the second thing is, I thought we were all friends here, Stevie. Why are you going to make us work hard when you already have the link? Just send it to us. I mean, Ben sends us a 44-minute link. You can't send us a link about The Simpsons?
Pennsylvania.
Bastard.
Salala, favorite Mandela, favorite...
By favorite, you mean I hate them.
Yeah.
The Mandela effect... What?
Your company started it all.
Bro, let me just say, no. So Mandela effect, I've always been like, go fuck yourself. It's not real. And then when Ben smarted me up to a bunch of them, I went out on my lunch break and fucking, and I drove around like an asshole. I went nuts in a parking lot, screaming and yelling in a fucking work van, going, "What the fuck? No, it's not." So my favorite, I'll say hated, was the Ford, Volkswagen. Like all those motherfuckers just drove me insane. Trying to find
Dundee is one of mine as well because my father loved that movie.
Completely. Crocodile Dundee, and also and the moon landing thing was when I got into the Kubrick stuff. That was the one I went, oh shit, fuck yeah, that's the rabbit hole. And I hate, I hate using the rabbit hole terminology because everybody just automatically goes rabbit hole on everything, and I fucking hate it. But that is the one. The moon landing, all the Kubrick stuff, who exposed it, that he was the one who directed it, stuff like that. So those are mine.
I got to go with, obviously, Ford, Volvo, Volkswagen, just because I know that he had to sell for it because he got so hot that day. I've never seen him put something over so hard. Fuck you, you're so bad. So that's my favorite. But I also, Luke, I Am Your Father, Star Wars, massive one. You can go C-3PO on that too. And then I will probably stick with being the Planet X division champion. People said Planet X no way for so long, and here we are with all these crazy moons and crazy shit going on and extra planets and all that kind of stuff. And then Antarctica. If you're drinking a earthquake. And
terrible.
And that's some of our favorites. So there you go, guys. There's probably close to a dozen for you to check into if you haven't, and keep us thoughts of it. Somebody in the chat room said, any thoughts on shirtless Bernie in Russia? Did you guys watch that video from 1988 where he was in Russia with a bunch of delegates or whatever? I'm sure KGB ops, and they're all drinking vodka and they're all shirtless around a table, like 10 of them.
No.
Somebody sent that earlier today. It kind of dropped, I think, in the last 48 hours. It's on YouTube. It was on Twitter for us, but it's. He's got some hair, but he still needs to get on that Stevie Richards fitness arm program because he's got no biceps whatsoever. I mean, Bob Dole can do a leg day. This motherfucker can get an arm workout in. That was the hardest pop during Dr. Janda's to not
did
pop.
Did you see it? I did the fucking stuck
dude.
thing. I was like,
I was dying Bob Dole leg day because he's like, Bob Dole, I really like him a lot. I was like, oh fuck, we can't bury him right now. Keeping going, we got to keep trucking here. Let's see here. vegan agenda from Robert Shemenek. I've been a loyal Horseman listener since the beginning, and I would love to hear your thoughts on the vegan agenda. Is it a conspiracy to keep everyone skinny and weak, or is it really the healthy way to go? P.S. 80s cartoon podcast would be golden. He-Man, G.I. Joe, Smurfs, Thundercats, Voltron, etc. There's a lot of interesting content there. Oh, good suggestion. I like that.
Friend of mine got one.
From
Vince
Rich
Florio. Check it out.
Shemenek. What? Say that again.
My friend Vince Florio. He's got 80s cartoons.
Awesome.
It's all about it, man. He loves that shit.
Maybe we can get its replays here at Hacker Hamina. We'll see what we can do.
I'll set him up. Give me your shit.
Let's see. So what is the vegan agenda? Is it a conspiracy to keep everyone skinny and weak? If it is, they're failing miserably as we approach mass consumption here in America. So is it I think their super PAC or lobbyists absolutely suck if they're really trying to push a vegan agenda, because I don't feel that pressure ever. How about you guys?
Yeah, no, man. I speaking as a vegetarian for many years, on a bet from Roadkill, as a matter of fact, you can't do it, and I did it for fucking 5 years, and I had no problem being a vegetarian. Vegans just pissed me the fuck off.
Yeah.
Vegan. Nobody made me want to eat meat more than a vegan. So when I hear an asshole who's like, "Oh, vegan, you can't drink milk, can't eat cheese, eat a dick," and like,
I'm sure Roadkill enjoyed the Royal Rumble. Was he great?
Oh my God. We'll get into that later. It was insane. So yeah, but like I said, I have been a vegetarian. I've been on that side. I've been a pescatarian the whole bit. Nothing makes you want to eat meat more than a fucking vegan. Vegans are fucking annoying.
Yeah, it's the
only because
righteousness, right?
Yeah, that's the thing. They have to show up and tell you, "Well, I'm a vegan." Oh, no, I'm a vegan. Nah. Sorry, whatever you just made me for dinner that you invited me to for 3 weeks ago, we booked this. I'm a vegan. Asshole, why didn't you tell me 3 weeks ago when I asked you to come over for dinner? Right. You're a piece of shit. Those people drive you the opposite direction. So their agenda, I just feel, is lost. It's lost on a lot of people.
Steve, you're thinking about going the other way, not eating anything unless it had a pulse and feelings.
Yeah, being an animal lover, I say feelings. Thank you. I don't feel any more guilty than I already do about it. There's a guy actually that I had a guilty pleasure of watching time to time called Vegan Gains, and you want to talk about a fucking sociopath. And if you look at his YouTube thing, he does blogs, but he's a vegan, but he kind of encapsulates everything that Sal is talking about.
Right.
Just very judgy. And the thing about a lot of times with vegans too is this is where people get caught up in truly the fad diets. Like a vegan diet, they think vegan cookies, vegan ice cream, vegan this, vegan that. And before you know it, they're completely overweight and obese and everything, where they're trying to say, but I'm vegan and eating healthy. You still got to watch your calories, your carbs, protein, all your macros and everything. And that's where people think the vegan thing is a get out of jail free card to eat any fucking thing they want that's labeled vegan. And then the religious part of it comes in, and everybody else is a piece of shit that doesn't care. Ted Nugent was on Rogan one time talking about, because people were saying you feel guilty about eating meat and all this stuff. And he said, you know, when I kill an elk, a moose, a deer, or whatever, he goes, I honor the animal by using everything, and it lasts a long time, and it's actually less harmful than the environment. He said when you have to create vegetarian or vegan, more specifically crops, you have to basically destroy the entire land array. You have to destroy so much more land to create what's needed to stick to that kind of diet, rather than what, you know, a sustainable not so much carnivore, but a meat-based diet, like Ted Nugent was talking about. And, you know, the people who hunt, like my brother-in-law hunts deer, like one deer lasts him and his wife the entire winter and part of spring. That's so true. It's not like you're just like, wow, I want this paw, fuck the rest of the deer, I'm off, kill another deer. And you do it, you hunt, Ben, so you know what I mean.
Yeah.
You use so much more, you know, and I
And
love
I
animals. and I
butcher it
feel
all
bad.
myself too. It's not like shoot it. All right, bring the boys in and do all the hard work. You're up to your shoulder, going in through the asshole to pull the guts out and drag it out of the woods, hang it for 24 hours, skin it, and then the worst part for me was you just said the paw right there, because that is, well, some guys make coat hangers out of the hooves, but like the hoof. But yeah, it's the other mob movie is when they're hanging there and you got to cut through the leg with the bone saw. It always reminds me of Donnie Brasco, and I get the fucking willies every time, dude. Every time. It weirds me out. The rest of it I can do no problem. But yeah, once you skin out a 130-pound deer, you might get 45 to 60 pounds of meat, you know, out of it. And that's where you should be. The sustainability of
we only get one bag of jerky out of that, huh? It's weird.
Yeah, right.
you guys get steak jerky. You don't want venison. There's no fat. It's too lean. It doesn't taste as good.
Here's the interview with Ted Nugent talking about vegans. Hold on.
Per arrow. In order to grow tofu, you have to kill every ground squirrel, every vole, every shrew, every snake, every turtle, every frog, every bird, every rabbit, anything that gets in that bean field. I'm either going to plow and dismember, which is why the crows and the seagulls follow the combines every year. And then if anything does survive my first slaughter, I'm going to come in with Monsanto and poison the shit out of everything so you can have a tofu salad and not be responsible for any death. Fuck you. That's a really good
Like it.
I was a little off about they was specifically tofu, but now I didn't. I even left out the part the animals do get killed in order to sustain that type of diet.
Mm-hmm. So I guess to go back to the original question of the agenda, with veganism, that's definitely a place where politics meets lifestyle and how to push and people define themselves through it. GGP, you were a vegan until you met the right girl at age 15. How did that turn out for you?
Hold on a second. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, what'd you say? I was a vegan? I was never a fucking vegan.
Nothing.
What was your question? Because my earbuds cut out when you were talking.
I said, from moving on from John Bass, I saw the same glowing triangle shape in the sky back in November as New York. Hey guys,
what a lying sack of shit.
Hey guys, just had to remind you that I saw the same glowing triangle shape over Brookhaven, MS in November, and I sent you the picture I took showing circles and lights and what appears to be a triangle all connected together moving behind the clouds early in the morning sky. I heard Ben suggest that my picture was a CD flare, but that wasn't possible in the work vehicle I was in. Lens flare. I think it was the same thing as New York and Louisiana this past week. Just had to mention that you might want to look at it again now that other people have seen it in other places. Sent from your loyal listener, John Bass.
MS is what, Mississippi?
Yeah, multiple sclerosis.
All right.
Yeah, sorry. I
don't like you're salty tonight.
I don't know. I said we're gonna do shots fired.
Okay, we'll go.
I already got you with the Ford symbol. I should just slow down after that. That was my big win of all time.
Oh, you see, look, you've offended people, and my mom has MS. Thanks, Ben.
That's all right. I met MS-13. She's a fucking gangster from South America. Your fucking mom's a Mexican gangster, bitch.
Way to go, Justin French. Everybody knows now.
That's it. And she's probably gonna get deported too.
Justin French's mom is in MS-13.
Yep.
Yes, she is. You just admitted it in the fucking room.
You know that guy likes to polish tires during the week, and he polished knobs on the weekend. Just FYI. Just saying.
Yeah. There's a Frankie 01. We'll skip that one. He sent the pictures, and yeah, I mean, it does look a little lens flare to me, but at the same time, it could be reflection because there is some, Roy G. Biv effect in the picture. I'll send it through the chat room. But hey, man, if you feel like you saw something, I'm not gonna, discredit it. We watch Secure Team 10 constantly. Tyler every other day is getting footage and putting things up that can be compared all over the world of different types of craft, the way they look, the way they move. And then we also have what we saw, a picture of aircraft carrier with the triangular shaped, what is it, the name of that plane?
The SR-71.
It's not the SR-71. It's the
stealth bomber.
Nope. It's a different one. It looked like a reverse engineered spaceship.
The next step after the SR-71, the Blackbird, was the there was the B-2 bomber, there was that.
Well, this
and
is
then the Aurora project was the secret one back in the 80s and 90s.
I think that might be the one that's the triangle one with the 3 circles in it that people keep seeing. There, you guys remember that aircraft carrier picture with it sitting on the deck?
I did. Where it lands and you have the big triangles just sitting there chilling like it's no one's business.
Yeah. So like it's not the stealth or the like a normal plane. It looked like something reverse engineered, super secret. So I believe that stuff's going on, and that some of those things were at one time alien technology that we've reverse engineered, and you're seeing some of those as a false positive. Maybe that's what you saw. We had a lot of sightings between October and end of December.
Sorry.
So,
when I get the Rodecaster Pro, we're gonna play some clean audio through the mixer. So I'll
wait. The Rodecaster Pro, is that like a Nikon 1000, 10,000? Is that what that is? Tyler got one of those.
Did he just name his tech after Joe Rogan, his man crush?
I don't know, but I don't know if you guys knew that Tyler from Secure Team 10, he's got a Nikon 10,000.
Well, that's because he has generous fans, not like piece of shit fans. Stevie's words.
Right. But he's now that Tyler has one, it was pretty amazing. Some of the pictures of the moon.
It was pretty goddamn amazing.
Just in the passing, he was just like, "Hey, check out the shit I did 1 a.m. for no reason except because I love my fans. Let me show you." And he showed us, and you could see the depth in the craters. You could see everything. You could see the little people on the moon. You could see the children slaves up there. And I was like, that's pretty sweet. I wish we can get those shots.
I wonder if I did a video like that or pictures, if the moon people would file a copyright claim. I know I fucking glitched
Would you stroke out? What happened?
I did, just a little bit.
It's funny because Tyler called me. He's like, "Look what I can do, and Stevie can't do because I got my T camera."
But did Tyler switch over?
When I was talking to Ty, I call him Ty because we're friends.
I call him Ty because we're friends. Just like
I was like, "What's up, Ty?" I was like, "What's up, bro?" And he's like, "Hey, did you guys see? I got the Nikon." I'm like, "Yeah, I saw it, bro. It was amazing."
But it's funny. While he's taking pictures of children slaves up in the freaking moon, Stevie's crying in the basement with his children slaves, saying it's not fair that the fans haven't contributed for his camera. So you got both sides of the spectrum.
Well, I mean, he's got Dr. Janda fans about to jump on the bandwagon here soon. So hopefully we can get that T1000 or whatever it is.
Let's get Stevie taking pictures.
I need a T1000.
I'd love to have Robert Patrick show up and hang out with fucking Stevie.
GGP got over on y'all from polyester. Evening, gentlemen. I'd like to start off this gender neutral message, not by saying Hans has heat with. His email last week was not up to his standards, way too short for him. No questions were asked on his part. And on top of that, he put over Greek god Papadon and claimed he was the #1 fan. With all due respect, he can go fuck himself. I've already stated I was GGP's #1 fan. He can, however, be member #2 of the Greek god Papadon fan club. Open invite courtesy of me. On to a more serious matters, the so-called Ronin Heavyweight Championship belt that GGP has around his waist. Guys, we're getting ribbed here. GGPP has obviously had his wish fulfilled. He went back in time to fight for a championship, but instead of going back to the 80s to fight Kerry Von Erich like he initially wanted, the flux capacitor malfunctioned and he ended up back in 1998. It's obviously he went to Stanford, stole the belt, and the WWF went ahead and made Austin the Smoking Skulls belt because of it. No way you can convince me that Ronin would willfully, purposefully make the Winged Eagle belt as their own. You just can't convince me of that. Ronin Championship Wrestling belt equals WWF Winged Eagle belt. End of story. Thank you guys for the show.
No. If you look at the design on the plate of the Ronin belt, it's different than the design of the plate of the WWE belt. It's very similar, I'm not going to lie. But, hey, it's not my company. I'm just a champ. I don't own it. I mean, if I had a Ronin championship belt, I would say Ronin on it instead of just a heavyweight championship belt. Does it look nice? Yeah, it's a nice looking belt. Is it a replica belt? No, not at all. It's a custom made real belt. But if you look at the Eagles, it's 2 different Eagles, 2 different globes. It's a different belt, but the design is the same exact design. So it's not a replica belt. So polyester, do me a favor. Take that, what's that called? That tailored measuring tape.
Mental floss.
No, not mental floss. The tape that the tailors use, with the
tape
measuring tape.
No, but the tape measure is the construction ones use. That's
No,
called
that's the same thing, man.
All right, so
measuring tape.
take a red measuring tape and go by a doorknob. Thank you, because you know what? I can't get over.
Stevie's Bands. Go to Stevie's Bands. Use it.
Thank you guys for the show. As always, keep enlightening. A special thanks to Mr. Richards and Stevie Richards Fitness Program. I signed up for the 16-week program earlier today. Polyester.
Oh, well, look at that. So take one of those red bands. Coincidentally, he actually signed up and got it. And go hang yourself on a doorknob and see what happens.
Well,
just wait for the credit card to clear first before you do that.
And Envy hit me up. He goes, can you see how much it would cost to ship the belts? So I got to do that tomorrow morning to see what's what.
Ship the belts where?
To North Carolina.
I mean, South Carolina?
It's not wherever he is.
Why? He's going to shorts
and belts back?
You don't get the belts. I don't think so.
Motherfucker.
I think he's hot.
Well, no, I'm going to text him now.
I think he's paranoid that they're going to show up in Immortal. I think him and King have heat or whatever.
You motherfucker.
Yeah, Steve O'Neill's still asking for the Extreme Rising belt, too. Cat's laying on it right now.
I'm doing it right now. We're doing this live. Hang on one second. You motherfucker. You want to call him?
You want
to call him?
Call him.
You won't.
No, really?
Yeah.
Seriously, right? Hang on a second.
Pussy.
Frank Rivera says, video to watch. Hello, Horseman. I've been listening to you team
up.
Well,
he's still not calling him. I guess he is a pussy.
He's calling him. Teamed up with Russo.
Yoko, hang on. I'm calling.
And have been hooked ever since. I'll keep this short. There's a video that my wife introduced me to and just wanted to get views and your opinions on. I showed her the Gothard Tunnel opening ceremony video and discussions. In 2 weeks, she came back with this video for me. I pet goat, quote. Watch it several times. Check it out. Thanks for your insights.
I pet goat.
Pet goat.
Hello.
Hey, guy.
Is this Chris Envy?
Yes, sir.
Chris Envy, what's up, buddy? You're on the Conspiracy Horseman show. Are you asking for the fucking belts back, you cunt?
How dare
he can't hear you.
Oh, shit, it's Wednesday. God damn it.
What the fuck, Ben? Ben just dropped it on the Horseman show. You asked for the belts back, you motherfucker. How dare you?
Listen, Captain Toadstool, they're being remade.
They're being remade, so let Ben keep the old shit.
Are they going to be winged?
They just redid the leather on them. What else you got to do?
Wait. Yeah, we just redid the leather on them. What's the deal?
I got a guy.
You got a guy.
He's
you motherfucker. It sounds like a work.
It sounds like he's working.
No, for real. He lives in New York. He comes to all the shows. He used to do our ring crew. He does leathering.
Is it fucking?
See, he's trying to work me. So why does he need me to send him to South Carolina if they're in New York already?
Wait. Let me get this straight. We're trying to get to the bottom of this conspiracy. So, you want Ben to send him to South Carolina or whatever the fucking shakedown town you're in, and the guy's in New York. How dare you?
The guy who leather them is in New York. We just had them re-leathered.
You had them re-leathered. They're really nice.
Yeah, well, yeah.
That's why Benny and Papa Don are keeping them. How funny is that?
Oh.
Just know whatever you say, everybody's hearing right now.
I don't care.
Okay, fair enough.
I don't ever watch what I say.
Fair enough. Do what you got to do.
He doesn't ever hit the Hurricane Rana either.
We're planning a short tour of this.
You said
you're going on tour. You're going on tour.
You're going on tour again. You're back in the business.
Listen, fuck bag. The only way I can book GGP is a midget show.
What did he say?
The only way you can book GGP is through a midget show, anyhow. So.
Meanwhile, I'm 5 feet taller than he is. Tell the Oompa to calm down.
So we're redoing everything. We're redoing all
right.
belts.
See, all we want to know is you're not working them, and you're not going to steal the belts from you motherfucker.
No. They're still the champs. They have
because we know where you live.
Continuity, man. No, you don't. I wish
no,
you
we
did.
do. We do. Trust me. We do. We know.
We know.
Steve
Mr. Mann told us.
Yeah.
Stevie lives in Georgia, and Mr. Mann is a loose lips, sink ships.
Tell him you work for CERN. You know everything.
All right.
I told you my door's open anytime.
I know, brother, and that's very nice of you. We wanted to call you and say hi to you.
No, you didn't.
We did. Why else would they call you? All right, we got to go. We have stuff going on. All right, I'll talk to you later, baby. I love you.
Strong style. Strong style.
Don't ever fucking dare me, GGP. How dare you?
every
How
day.
dare you? Do you know how many well, I don't know if Vin knew, but you know how many bar fights we got into because fucking RK was like, "You won't do it." Really? Do you know? Really?
Yeah.
Will we not? All right.
Yeah,
anyway,
he
go
will.
ahead.
He will.
We have a show going on. Let's
yeah,
go.
Orange Stars, Horseshoes, and Clovers, and Blue Beams from Jimmy Zero. What's happening, brothers? Love the content you fellas put out. Helps me get through the grind and the rat race we constantly run. Love the Horror Junkyard. Recently became a huge fan, went back to listen to all the rest. The last Conspiracy Horseman show you guys talked about Transformers becoming a reality. I got to agree with GGP, a.k.a. the Don. Can't see it happening as far as sentient Transformer, but I can totally see straight mindless Transformer that kills and chills. My question, fellows, is if we can transfer the human mind into machine, would it be possible to create new memories, or do you believe that only memories of the past can be transferred? Thank you guys for the memories, and I can't wait for new ones. Much love, brothers. Very interesting, because today I saw, what's the billionaire who might run for president, the basketball owner dude from Shark Tank? Mark Cuban?
Mark Cuban.
Yeah. He said that, I believe that if you think that AI won't turn into T-1000s, you're fucking crazy. As we've already seen these stories coming out from different labs of them going nuts and killing 20 people, supposedly, if this story's real, 29 people, I believe. Yes, Horror Junkyard is incredible. Well, I think we all agreed on a sentient Transformer just from another place. No, but you know, we're talking transhumanism, General Grievous, where, you know, we can become immortal and have some type of biomechanical suit. I think absolutely is the way they want to push us to go. You can look up the 2012 RU video, the letter R and U, 2012 RU, and it'll tell you all about the transhumanism movement and what they've been trying to do. And I even saw it is on some shitty sitcom the other day where the lady made a joke that she knew that she had a clone of herself, and then they cut to the clone. She's like, "Whose memories are these?" Like holding her head like she had no idea what the fuck. I believe that an awakening of a clone like that could happen where shit is instantly downloaded and you have a new consciousness and it's fucked up. Going forward from there, I believe you can create new memories, but what happened to you is nothing more than a library that you're just going through and having that in your head. Go ahead.
No, I think that's exactly it. I think it's like like an appendix N. It's you everything you go forward from the point you start this new body, you get new memories. Whatever you get, you retain. However, the things in the past you have to look up. Very Dewey Decimal System. I don't think it's like, I don't think it all just flushes back. I think you have to kind of go back and then things will trigger those memories because the computer system isn't that great.
Yeah, I can't disagree with how it is right now, but the dangers of that compounded with AI.
Can't wait for it.
Yeah, we'll see, man. It's going to be a terrifying rebirth of humanity when they finally pull the trigger, probably
Techno-lich.
2070 sometimes. Stevie, what are you thinking?
It sound reminds me of those people on Independence Day that were on the roof of the Empire, the Empire Records building.
How dare you?
This is
You
gonna
remember
be
that
great.
girl-
The fucking beam just came right down.
No, let me just explain this. Do you think I wouldn't be smart enough to know that they're going to destroy those jerk offs on top of that tower? That was a girl from the new Saved by the Bell, by the way.
We don't talk about the new Saved by the Bell.
The new Saved by the Bell.
We
was
don't
the
talk
girl-
about that.
That was the girl who got destroyed on top of Independence Day.
Well, she
was
deserved it
"Oh,
then, right?"
Yeah, she did deserve it.
Kelly Kapowski is what her name
But
was.
do you not think that I would know this, Stevie? How dare you?
I don't know what the agenda. I just don't know how you're going to stop. I know if anybody could stop them, you could stop them, Sal. But you got Mark Cuban, you got Elon Musk, and whoever else hasn't spoken up yet. And these guys are, pretty prominent guys, have a ton of money.
Yeah,
are
I know.
protected, and they're the ones warning us. I mean, if the worker in me is like, what's the angle on this? Why are these two, like, do they want to be the saviors of the world and this is going to get them in the office or get them in to have more power. I mean, it's always could be a kind of like just on the surface, looks all humane, looks all, I really want to save humanity. I want to do the good thing for the world. But then they get the power. Who knows what happens? They could be behind it all.
It absolutely could be. GGP, anything to add on that?
If we were meant to live forever, we would be able to live forever. We're not here to live forever. We're here for whatever rhyme or reason, and then when we die, we move on to a different dimension, a different plane. People are just scared because they don't know.
How do you know that? How do you know that you do that?
How do I know what?
How do you know you move on to a different dimension, different plane?
Because whatever comprises what I believe, whatever comprises of our body, whether it's a soul, whether it's energy, whatever you want to call it, has to move on into the universe to some other level.
So, question on you, GGP. The God you believe in, why did he allow us to make, basically machines to let people live on? Why did he allow people to have breathers and then, resuscitation machines, things to keep their heart pumping for days after they should have died? Why did he allow that, if that's the case?
Free will, my friend. That's the number one gift we have is free will. What we choose to do with that gift is what separates everybody in this world. So what I'm saying is we're all meant to be here for some reason, some purpose, whether it's an individual purpose or a purpose collectively together. We don't know because we can't get our shit straight. So regardless of the fact, we're not meant to live forever. Because if we were, our bodies would never. The
free will of the machine of choosing that, you could choose immortality. Possibly, is the point.
No. What I'm saying.
Well,
is
what about jellyfish? Jellyfish are natural beings, and they live basically forever.
Well, no, what do you mean basically forever?
Jellyfish?
How long do they live?
Immortal. Jellyfish are technically immortal.
Okay, well that's jellyfish then. What do you want me to tell you? That's a luxury we don't have.
But now we're taking their biology and applying it to our systems.
Well, how are we taking their biology? Last time I checked, a jellyfish is not made of metal screws or mainframe or anything like that.
Yeah, but you get the same as a cellular, whatever injection.
It's organic. It's not material.
Cellular regeneration.
Okay.
We're taking their biology and applying it to our bodies.
Listen, all I'm saying is I don't believe in this transhumanism movement. I think it's unethical. Because people who are doing it, they're doing it for the wrong reasons. They're basically doing it to fear death. Because they're scared of death and they want to live forever and they want to rule forever. So, regardless of the fact,
why wouldn't you want to live forever if you don't believe there's not an afterlife to fear death? Like your trip's just over, like me and Sal. Like that was it. Instead, hey, you could fucking do this and keep your spine and your brain.
Do you really?
And
do you guys really believe there's nothing after this?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You think there? So what? The embodiment, the power that's in your body,
lights out.
Oh, where does it go?
You just become fertilizer.
Physically, you become fertilizer. But where does your consciousness go? Where does your soul, whatever you want to call it, where does it go?
Into the sauce,
just shuts down, man. All that happens because of the electricity your body makes to keep your brain running. Once that goes down, like if I was to shut off, my computer dies, I don't believe it goes to any place else once the battery's done.
Look back, it goes back into the sauce. Maybe you come back.
Essence, but the rest of that. So if for people,
well, this is a dangerous. This is kind of contaminating both our points, though, because when you talk about AI being aware, now you're talking about a sentient being that could feel and obviously thinks and could kind of go throughout a life, basically immortal, obviously, but when that sentient being, if you watch something like iRobot or the way these robots became sentient, well, it's just the theory, not the movie. But you just got to look at that whole thing. Pop it on, and I believe that when we die, we go to heaven. We hopefully go to heaven. That's where we want to be, whether that's on another plane, in another dimension, a higher frequency, whatever it is. That's what it is. The thing that really, when I look at the way movies with predictive programming tell me wow, it might be something else, is like the Matrix, that one line in the Matrix where he said, we created bliss. We created a perfect world and you guys couldn't handle it. So we had to create free will, free choice. And that's what the Matrix is right now. It's a very clever, I mean, there's a lot of Christ-like, metaphors in throughout the movies, but that one thing kind of like opened my eyes up to like, holy shit, that's kind of like the same exact thing where we're talking about a creator that did all this stuff. So we would just like to think that if this is just it, man, everybody wasted a fucking life.
Yep.
You know what I mean? If this is all there is.
I mean, that's the system you're born into, so all you can do is try and shake it up and live as much as you can instead of just being a player in the system. You got to make your own Sims game, I guess.
Well, what's the point? There's nothing afterwards.
The point is to make moments, memories, and love with those people who are around you in the time that you have, and not have to worry about some sort of Damocles, whether I'm going to get judged at the end of the day over it. Living in the moment is more important.
Boom. That's the whole point.
We all get judged at the end of the day.
Live in the fucking moment. Yeah, we get judged anyhow. Yeah. Live in the fucking moment. Live in the goddamn moment. Get judged anyhow, because it's going to happen.
Yeah.
And it's not going to be by a higher power. It's going to be some little fucking pimply-faced cunt sitting in his parents' fucking basement going, ooh, I don't like Stevie. Stevie didn't win a world title, so I don't like him.
Stevie, you can't get into this having Shug. This is only for billionaires.
Yeah.
You got to go down the hall to the enhancement talent.
Remind everybody about the Joel Osteen satellite church at the Bound for Glory with Dixie Carter. That was one of my favorite.
Yeah, that was a strong master shoot theater where Stevie was not allowed into church with the high rollers and had to go down to Pauper's church before a wrestling show.
I'd have burnt that motherfucker down. That's all I'm saying.
God blessed her with a father with $1 billion.
Yeah.
Hey, actually, she on the I put up a post on Facebook where it was like that kind of like sarcastic old broken down man thing. I think it was a while ago. Oh, the 10-year challenge thing, whatever, on Facebook, so they could relog my face on the CIA. Dixie Carter thumbs up to the comment. That was actually her.
That's strong. Peculiar stuff.
That gets back to her. She's heard the story of me talk about the fucking cunt thing she said to me.
Yeah.
So that.
What else she doing? You got nothing to do except look for her own name all day.
Well, even when she owned the company, she would do it. What was the difference?
Peculiar stuff.
She needs to know that she's approved of.
Yeah. From George Harold. Horsemen, you guys are awesome. Stevie, I couldn't stand you in ECW. I just wanted you to just wanted you to be crushed through a table, preferably by Big Sal, who I loved. You missed that,
But
Sal?
Stevie didn't want to talk to me back then. He was like, ugh, fatty, get away from me.
That was
like me back then.
That was, however, the point of your character, so good job. Ben, I'm located somewhat close to you and hope to see you perform at some point. Papa Don, regardless of the fact that you can't stop saying certain lines, like regardless of the fact, I can't wait to see you live at some point where one such line comes from out of your mouth. Yes, Ben, my punctuation and sentence structure may not be up to your standards, but I'm playing online and drinking. Please give me some room.
Do I really say that too much?
No, you're
fine.
You're good,
You're
Muffle
full of shit,
Sparks.
Sal.
You're good.
Well, that's your thing, man.
The info I have may make your eyebrows raise. It did mine anyway. I was going to search for a region on Battlefield 5 to play with people from other countries. It gets a bit laggy, but it's fun to chat with different people. One of the regions I can search is Antarctica. I was disappointed to see that there were no servers available. However, I check regularly. I just thought it was odd and awesome at the same time. I'm in Waterloo, New York. My daughter entered an art contest as a senior and won. What she received is some congratulations paperwork and that her painting was going to be hanging in our representative's office in D.C. I have the paperwork. The painting was there for a year. Here's the odd part. My daughter is an odd girl, super SJW, lesbian, and has an artistic style that doesn't lend well to high school art contests. Her painting is a kind of cartoony horned beast covered in portals, eyeballs, and blood. It's titled Baphomet. Yep.
Fuck yeah.
Statewide art contest hung in D.C. for a year. It's just one of those conspiracy type things I've always read about and listened to that are easily put aside as a good story, like good wrestling. It's real when you're watching it kind of thing. Now it's right there in my face. Those twisted fucks in D.C. Quite frankly, the painting sucks. I'll never tell her that, but it's total shit. I tried to tell her not to enter it. Blame actual proof for me that there truly is an overwhelming satanic hierarchy in the
Send a pic, bro. Let's
in the
see
country, at least in New York. I do have some other strange coincidences and whatnot, but this email's long enough. Keep fighting the good fight. Dataleus, LXXIV, whatever that is.
Okay, so this ties into actually the thing we were talking about earlier. That guy Bismarck, whatever the fuck his name was.
Yeah.
He was talking about how society has changed, how this went from the Christians being the good guys to now the Temple of Satan, who go after Stevie regularly. It's the fact that they want to make it normalized. They've taken a Luciferian satanic view of sacrificing women, children, etc., and they've made it this watered down kind of, hey, everybody do this. So now everybody feels that they have to do this in order to be non-judgmental. So now we have the Ten Commandments here. We have to have this Church of Satan, the Temple of Satan here, because we're non-judgmental, and we want everybody to feel welcomed. I feel like that's the situation with this thing. I'd love to see the picture just because I kind of want to see what his daughter came up with.
Right.
And that's the deal. Like, she has no idea. Maybe she doesn't. Maybe she does. But maybe she has no idea what the fuck she painted. It's just something that came to her. It's an idea that came to her. And again, this is no secret.
I gotta believe if you're a lesbian SJW high school student trying to paint sick things and your name at Baphomet, you're fucking pushing it, dude. You know. Yeah,
you're a jerk off already. So don't fuck up Baphomet shit.
Yeah.
You're terrible.
Got over with it. GGP, how many of your kids' art projects do you rip off the refrigerator and tell them they're shit?
Well, since I have 37 kids, I have a very big fridge to put all the art on there. None. I pick up my kids. I don't, I build them up. I don't knock them down. I don't heel prone with them. And even if it is shit, I won't tell them it's shit. Who am I?
Spoiled.
Yeah.
Art is objective.
No, that is true. True story.
Absolutely, man. And I saw that guy online get torched because his kid was playing in a tournament. I can't believe, I think it was chess or video game. I can't remember what it was. And he was like, they're giving him, no, it was Legos. It was a Lego construction engineering type tournament. And he won, and he was like live tweeting how disappointed he was in his son that they're giving him participation trophies. How in my day we played football and that I got concussions. Look at these fucking pussy whips about his own kid, and he just got his tits lit on Twitter by everybody, dude.
So I'm somewhere in between that, because honestly, here's the deal: I played stupid football my whole life, and football sucks. I'll be honest. I'm going to be fair.
Running
Football's
sucks.
The shit.
The running part sucks.
No, all of it's stupid.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And especially when you go to NFL and it's all fake anyway. Fuck
right.
you. But I'm somewhere in between that because I don't feel everybody should win. Everybody shouldn't get a participation trophy. But at the same time, these kids are fucking busting their ass to get noticed.
Right. And
So
here
I
he is
get it.
doing
I get
here he
that.
is doing something.
Yeah, but that's not
is
the issue
garnering
at hand
attention.
here. In my eyes, in my point of view, fucking guy should not try to get over by belittling his son.
Right. No, I
Well,
agree
believe
with
me, they
that.
took him to task online. But let's
Yeah.
talk about the bigger thing here. Here we are with some Tony Podesta, John Podesta style artwork, and it's winning competitions that could be for here's a beautiful picture of the Adirondacks to go from New York down to fucking, whatever. Instead, we're getting Portal Blood Baphomet, and that's winning competitions. It's just fucking speaks volumes on somebody who's on the inside who does that, right? Like they had a choice and they made it. And it's in a show don't tell world, that speaks far more powerfully. Believe me, because on WWE every week we get so much plot predicated bullshit backstory instead of 3 seconds of show don't tell that would be far more compelling. And here this girl wins and her painting goes for a year to DC just to put over in a time of what the fuck are you idiots doing down there with this pedophile shit and Satan worship shit. They double down and fucking go, yeah, that's us, guy. Stevie?
Couldn't agree more. I wonder if the politician, when they had the picture up there, he looked at it and said, "Dad."
Do you think he popped for it? It was like, oh hey, oh I mean, good one.
I think he went by and said, "Please clap for me."
Yeah. Well, you know, right? You were talking about what was the building you were talking about that had the symbolism on the Russo show? The Institute, or was it the CAA?
CAA, yeah. Was in all of how DC's laid out, whether it's Freemason stuff, but the CAA building is all Freemasonic when you look at it overhead.
Yeah, but that's like DC when you look at all the symbols that go. I mean, that stuff cannot be a coincidence there. So this could be something that's widely accepted there. No big deal. He could be very proud. I mean, but the drawing sucked. I want to see the drawing because.
Yeah, I want to see this so bad.
Yeah,
now.
brother, please send us that.
Send us your kid's drawing.
It might end up being a new Conspiracy Horseman shirt. She'll get no payday for it, though. The secret UFO program has just been revealed, and it's something out of a sci-fi movie from Gustavo Ponce. Guys, the scale of this, and it's on Sci-Fi Wire. Stevie's right. No one even blinks an eye. Gus Ponce, sent from my compromise and always listening to me, iPhone 8 Plus. And it's a link about the government's secret UFO program has just been revealed. And it's something out of a sci-fi movie. Interesting article. I think we actually passed it around back then when we talked, because this is earlier in January. We may have passed it around the week before that, but I'll throw it in the chat again. But you're spot on, man. Stevie's absolutely right, whether it's Space Force and whatnot. And this was released with the Freedom of Information Act. The Defense Intelligence Agency has finally let the public in on at least some of what it's been up to by releasing a list of 38 research titles that range from weird to downright bizarre. It would have never revealed these titles on topics like invisibility, cloaking, wormholes, and extra-dimensional manipulation if it wasn't for Freedom of Information Act request put in by the director of Federation of American Scientists Project on Government Society, Steve Aftergood. So that it lists the FOIA Act and shows all that stuff, but it doesn't give me a list of 38 things where you're like, holy fuck.
But Space Force is getting their own comic book.
Oh, here we go. Inertial electrostatic confinement fusion, advanced nuclear propulsion for manned deep space missions, pulsed high-power microwave technology, and it names the doctors on here, too, so we can go and, like, look these people up. That's Dr. James Wells, JW Enterprises. We should definitely hit these people up. I'm going to bookmark this. Fucking A. Great email to send us down this rabbit hole. Thank you. Space Access by Dr. P. Sizik from Hypertech. Product is classified as unclassified for official use only. Advanced space propulsion based on vacuum space-time metric. Gives the doctors there too. Biosensors and biomems. Invisibility cloaking from Dr. Ulf Leonhardt, University of St. Andrews. And traversable wormholes, stargates, and negative energy by Dr. Erie Davis, Earth Tech. Wow. Crazy, dude. We'll have to look into this a lot more, and we'll maybe split up the list this week and try and see what we can find on these people, man. But again, the fucked up part is, here we are talking about Roger Stone getting fucked over at 6 a.m. Meanwhile, invisibility cloaks, wormholes, deep space. Like, what's more important, really? Why are we so stuck on stupid?
I feel like everybody just nobody. Okay, again, this falls into the Stevie category of no one will believe shit anyway. We can literally, the government can come out and say
they have.
Well, again, but they can come out and say on channels on ABC. I was going to say Channel 7 for Northeast people, but ABC, they can come out and say, well, here's the deal. We've had aliens. Hillary's lied. Here, everything you guys have heard is true. And people will be like, oh, well, at least they admitted it. They would be cool.
Can I time out you right here?
Go, man.
Because right before we came on, did you see the Conseco stuff that got sent to us? on
no,
Twitter?
I didn't.
Dude,
Here, I'll read it to you real
Jose
quick.
Canseco cuts a promo, and he fucking talks like, you know, it's when Nixon brought fucking, what's his name? The fucking actor, the comedian, Over the Moon else.
Oh, Jackie Gleason.
Jackie Gleason to fucking see aliens. You're talking about fucking cocaine yacked out of his mind, Pistol, Bash Brothers, Jose Canseco, and he's calling him A1H1 alien fucking, like how he has the real information. How the fuck would Jose Canseco know this shit? He's way
Yeah,
on
on
the
the show.
inside.
Now people will go, Jose Canseco. He left
Steroids.
disgraced."
Yeah.
Right. They're going to be disgraced. He didn't leave on a good term. He didn't leave on the fucking ups.
They tagged us on that on Twitter. You got to go back and see the promo, and that's like in the
will.
last 24
That'll be
hours.
fine. But I'm saying that's what I mean. Like, okay, even the most, like Tim Allen, okay? Tim Allen is, everybody loves him. They think he's, well, okay, I apologize. The right loves him. They think he's wonderful. Okay, the left thinks he's a piece of shit. He got fired from ABC. Now he's on Fox doing whatever. So he can come out and say, look, the president told me there are aliens, flat out. He showed me the craft. They'd be like, fucking Tim Allen, crazy Tim Allen, right-wing Tim Allen, that crazy motherfucker. They wouldn't believe it because it's interrupting their life. Every joke, every cliche we've talked about on the show for the past fucking however long has been Nancy Brown will not pay attention to anything that interrupts her Pilates and blowjobs to her Pilates
Maybe,
coach.
though, because of who it's coming from. Because we have such a low opinion of fucking or a high opinion of low label celebs, be it Dennis Rodman can go and talk to fucking Kim Jong-un, and it's coming from Jose Canseco's mouth. Maybe that's in the idiocracy, the level it has to come from to not just coast right over the fucking Nancy Brown's
Let me ask you a question. So if, okay, Britney Spears comes out and was like, I was a clone, they fucked me up, I was a clone.
Knew it.
People would be like, right. Handful of us would be like, oh, nailed it, got it, knew it. The other half would go, oh, poor Britney Spears, breakdown. Nobody would believe it. Now, you take somebody, and again, I apologize, no offense to anyone, but Dr. Janda comes out and goes, look, I was controlled for so many years through mind control that these people did to me. It'd be like, who's this guy? Who? Why? Huh? Doesn't make any sense, never heard of him. People can rationalize anything to keep their life flatline. People will rationalize anything to keep their life from being fucked up. Because now, if I have to think about, they can control people's minds with by drinking a silly sports drink. Now, I have to worry about that? No thanks. This guy's crazy. Never heard of him. Don't know who he is. He was never on TMZ. Fuck this guy. So, again, it's people will rationalize in order to keep their lives normal. They can't wake up. They cannot because they can't swing it.
I like that it's coming from, lowest of the low kind of, because they're all operating in that same way. What are you thinking, GGP? All right, Stevie.
Wasn't paying attention.
Ow. Thanks for listening.
Stevie?
No. Well, I'm just going to double down on what I said before, that there's nothing that's really going to wake anybody up. It could literally happen on TV, even on CNN or whatever mainstream media, showing a craft coming through the clouds and hovering, much like an Independence Day or The Arrival or any of these other movies that are predictive programming to some degree. And everybody like, oh, that's cool. Like GGP said, all these different thoughts and all these different distractions and all these things that take away the focus of the moment, of the life-changing, of the humanity-changing moment. They would be like, but I'm used to watching, like, The View at 11.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck The View.
So I'll come back and check out this fucking UFO where aliens are walking around the streets like Alien Nation. I will, I want to hear this because The View always brings, like, different views. They're never the same exact left-leaning views, so I don't want to miss it.
Yeah.
And then Joy Behar will fucking yenta it up about, oh, it was probably Trump who did it.
No, what's going to happen is
Everybody pops for it.
they'll land, and then you're just going to get some alien cunt lady who's just like The View from her planet cunting off on The View on America. They're just going to add her to the panel. That's all.
I would love to see Mars
What if
attacks
they're
happen on The View.
Dude, what if aliens are just like they have like thousands or millions of years of advanced technology, but they're fucking like the people from Idiocracy. They're like really stupid. Like they just by
Like
accident,
bots,
we
yeah.
didn't know how to fly this thing. We just came to this blue planet. Like what's going on here?
Animals from Chris T.
That's not.
Chris Envy.
Greetings, my friend. Last time I sent you an email, I forgot to put over Big Sal and Stevie. How dare you? When I was growing up in Buffalo, New York, ECW came at the perfect time for my age. Me too. The shows were at the Burt Flickinger Center, and those events were some of the best times ever. I agree. I'll never remember.
That is not one of my favorite buildings.
No, I remember we were standing outside in fucking 20 degrees. And
that's where the guardrail happened.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And Masato Tanaka was in there fucking running on the treadmill, and like everyone's just staring at him. It's very strange. Like he was like on display in Amsterdam, like the hookers in the window. It is really cool to connect with you two through this platform. I'm an even bigger fan of you guys now than I was back then when I was going nuts for Shane Douglas, RVD, Sandman, Carino, all those guys. So thank you, and if you have time during the podcast, we'd love to hear some stories of the times you were in Buffalo. I'm sure we'll get one in a second. Okay, the question. I know you're all animal lovers, as am I. Some of the most remarkable abilities animals have are pretty well documented. Service dogs for people with PTSD, dogs detecting cancer, etc. We have all heard the stories of our pets staring at and reacting to something that we cannot see. Have you guys researched anything about any animals' psychic ability or any animals displaying extraordinary sixth sense type abilities? Another example is how animals can sense a forthcoming environmental event like an earthquake or tsunami. Look forward to the discussion. Thanks again, gentlemen. Rick, GGP, you want to go ahead, man?
My dad used to have a hunting dog in the backyard, right? That thing used to go batshit crazy all the time when something would happen. You know what I mean? 4th of July, broke out of the doghouse, broke its cage, ran off. We had to go find it a couple of times. Animals do have that, I guess, sixth sense, if it is a sixth sense, or their spidey senses go off when they detect something.
Sure.
I mean, we don't have that luxury. Maybe some of us do, maybe some of us don't. Maybe some of the people with the RH blood may have it. Who knows? But we don't know. We don't know if it's gonna fucking rain, or if it's gonna fucking be sunny outside. But dogs know when an earthquake's coming. Dogs know when snow's coming. They just they feel it. I don't know what it is, but it's true. It's not bullshit.
Yeah, I think they're just, their sense isn't tuned, but have we killed our ability to sense? And as we are in these frequencies, as we calcify our minds with fluoride, are we taking away some of our natural ESP and just not paying attention, not in tune? Sally, what do you think?
What about every old man you've ever met? No offense, Stevie. These people come out who say, oh man, my knee hurts when it's going to rain.
Sure.
My back hurts when it's going to snow. The only reason I'm saying this because I'm feeling that old man back pain when I feel the snow coming in. I'm like, here it comes.
Your ankle doesn't blow up like a water balloon when it starts to come in, man. Like with the 12 hours beforehand, my ankle will almost go up 30%.
My back.
Oh,
It's
really?
my back that hurts.
Yeah.
My back will start telling me, oh, fuck, feels like snow. And I say it, and I'm like, oh, God, what am I saying? I want to punch myself in the face because I'm like, what? But it's true. That's what I mean. But not like an animal. Animals know the earthquake deal. Animals get something's happening. I swear to God, my dog knows when the mailman turns the corner in a van.
Mm-hmm.
Laying down, sleeping, and then he pops up. And he goes crazy. And I'm like, what? Like, doesn't make sense. I get it, hearing, smelling, blah, blah, blah. Not so much. There's something else that we don't know. And, of course, we have to kill another million animals to figure it out because these assholes won't do it quick enough.
And to go against my own shoot earlier, Stevie, I've seen a fair amount of videos that say cats are able to see ghosts
The
or
dead.
the dead or what have
True
you.
story, man.
And I know, you being king of the cats around here, have you seen
Well,
or heard
Kenny
anything?
Omega, but Steve's all right.
You stole my joke.
Got him.
Does that make you the queen of cats, Stevie?
Yeah.
All right, so yes, we have actually, it's funny you mention that because I think I talked about it in a message to you guys that the cats do see stuff here, and even my wife and I have seen two particular cats. A cat that looks like Mia, kind of like a gray tabbyish cat, but Mia's in the next room.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll be in the living room here, and we'll swear Mia walked up, and it's just like a flash of a gray tabby cat. The other one is Buddy, the one we lost. You guys remember him, the ginger? And we will think it's Odin, or we'll feel him brush up, or when we're outside, like outside the door we used to lay, we'll hear the meow. So very strange stuff. But the cats always react to looking at, like in the doorway when all four of them are in here, they're all looking at that doorway, waiting for a cat, a dog, or whatever to come through. We know there's two cats. We don't know if there's another one. I've wanted to leave actually the voice recorder overnight. My wife won't have it because she doesn't want to make any discoveries. So, but yeah, man, it's the thing that we don't get scared by that. We're just like, babies, you know what I mean? Or Buddy's here. And,
Sure.
and we brought his box, we cremated and brought the box in. So it does make a little bit of sense that he's finally inside. So he's warm and he's good. So
I mean, we say that the animals are just more in tune with senses, and we're taught that we have five senses, right? But that's a complete lie. The sense of being able to balance is a sense. So how many senses do we really have that we just don't tap into? As an improviser, I'm trained to tap into group mind and be able to sense what's coming at me before my scene partners often say anything to anticipate, because I'm actively listening, and hopefully we're on some higher ESP frequency connecting. That's why you see Russo. I'm not trying to put over Master Shoot Theater as any major sense, but he's like, I don't know how you do it, bro. Well, I'm taking inventory and listening the whole time, and then I just want to react to what Stevie's doing. I'm trying not to cloud anything in between that bond and that contact. And to me, that's a sense as well, to be able to tap into that. And I've seen it in Chicago Improv, and that's what they train there. And to take down the blocks of why and no but, those are conversation stoppers as opposed to us being on the same momentum going forward. So there's a lot of extra senses. The animals, I don't know if they will or not. I mean, I guess deer would have that. I've seen plenty of baby deer and mothers in a flight or response. Flight or fight response. They're not going to fight. They're just going to fly or go away. But the mother doesn't have to make any sound or anything. Just the way those ears go up and they're in tune and off they go. So, whatever communication that is, maybe even telepathic, who knows? What can we tap into that? But I think some animals are more in tune to it than others would be. Birds, obviously, as well in the way they move. But I'm going to wrap up the gender neutral messaging system. We got about 5 more. I saw a really cool one about the Masked Singer. I want to kind of look at and touch on where these celebrities come out in costumes, and they're very, very Rothschild.
Allow me to say this.
Baphomet shit.
When I leave this show,
yeah.
I go upstairs and I watch this with Kim.
And are you seeing a lot of Illuminati symbolism like I'm seeing in here?
They got tons. The bumblebee, the alien from Invader Zim.
Yeah. Yep.
They have the poodle. They have all this bullshit. And the people that they want you to kind of know, off the bat. Like Tommy Chong. Everybody knew it was fucking Tommy Chong right off the jump. And they got rid of him, and it was all fun and games. Ha ha.
I see Terry Bradshaw in this picture is wearing a gas mask with a big elk rack on top of it.
He was very fucking Bash Brothers. He had the big elk rack and the whole bit.
Jesus Christ.
Now they got, right now, like I said, I watch the show every week. I leave here and I go upstairs and I watch.
So what this let's see, Osborne himself is asking me, do we think that's some type of Illuminati indoctrination, dance ritual type shit, just so people can see it? Dude, why would they be putting these outfits out there that look right out of the Gothard Tunnel opening?
Everything is all hexagonal built. Like that whole bit. They're all people who are in for Fox. You know, like Terry Bradshaw does NFL, so they can get him on. It's all people who are connected. They don't have people from Dancing with the Stars and all this other from other networks. They have people who aren't doing anything. They have people who are free agent. They're doing it for the cash. I really don't feel there's an extra added onto this, because the first thing I said, I go, this is fucking creepy.
Yeah, maybe not them, but some producer is trying to put it over and get it all over.
I guess it could. No, ready? It's not impossible. It's not impossible. I don't think so, because the show's kind of like, so right. It's not impossible, but I do feel like they're really kind of scraping the barrel for these celebrities.
Yeah, well, I look forward to Terry Bradshaw's new breakout
he's
CD.
He's gone.
Oh, fuck.
He's gone. But
so is GGP. Yeah. So
he went right along. But like I said, the people they want you to know, they put them up front. They're the first. They're the sacrifices first.
Mm-hmm.
So the
well, that's very Illuminati in itself, isn't it?
The Tommy Chongs, the guys who aren't going nowhere. They're not leaving anywhere. They're staying in the NFL, broadcast. They're staying on whatever Tommy Chong is doing. Like, that's what they're doing, and the Margaret Cho. Like, really?
Yeah. Just to go back to follow up and finish that other one before we take it home here. Favorite Burt Flickinger center moments? Or not so favorite, Stevie?
Oh, I got one. That's the night of the four-way thing between Raven, myself, Sandman, and Jerk Funk. Oh, I got an echo.
Yeah.
I just turned it up. Sorry, I just had to turn my stuff up.
Yeah. So that was the night I had the guardrail dropped on the back of my neck, which seemed like a good idea. No, it didn't seem like a good idea at the time. I was just afraid to tell Terry Funk no. And it hit the back of my neck, and I said, oh, that's weird, because I can't feel anything. And I got wheeled out in an ambulance, not knowing if I was going to walk again. And so, yeah, thanks for the email.
Oh, wow.
No, the weird thing, too, is I went into that pool at the Burke. You remember that, Sal? They had the pool and the little gym in there and everything. I was kind of swimming around and messing around in the pool, and I had a superstition for a very long time that I kind of still hold true today, where I don't get into a pool or get into the water before I wrestle.
Weird.
It just because it stuck with me. I don't know. It had nothing to do with anything, but it was like I don't want to relive any chronological order of that day.
Right.
Does that make sense?
Fair enough.
Absolutely. Sal?
Except the gym. That's the one.
Anything from Truffalo for you?
RPM's a fellow worker threw up on a rat. Now, when I say a rat, a literal rat running through an alley threw up on it. And then right after that was getting to teach Paul what a fucking teabag was.
Awesome. Well, it's great times in Buffalo as always. You can write those into your wedding vows if you want.
I did.
Did you ever perform at the Flickinger Center in Buffalo, GGP?
No.
I worked in Buffalo this summer. I worked there with 2CW2, but we had WNY Pasquale, the promoter there, was in the chat room tonight, cheered 200 bits, and I didn't want to pass that up. So Buffalo doing big things out there. Pepper Parks and ESW, those guys fortunately got in the car accident, but they're all doing well. But ESW been selling out a lot of houses, a lot of shows, doing good business. So good on them. Buffalo's a hell of a wrestling town. It always has been. I went to school in Fredonia, so it was always ECW there for me, the hardcores in Jamestown. And then I got to meet Sal at Broadway Markets for that same show for November to Remember.
Oh, God, that was the fucking bullshit chicken wing thing where fucking Gertner just swallowed bones.
It was disgusting.
Oh.
But it was cool. You caught the promo for my late deceased buddy Hooch, and that was something that bonded us together forever. And now here we are under the shining light and forehead of GGP where we all glisten. But we'll take it home, guys. We want to do the Potpourri show after Dr. Janda. We're going to reach out to some guests. Thanks for the emails and the general neutral messaging system. We got about 4 or 5 left. We'll try and clear up next week. and all the headlines you guys been sending us that we got to cover, from what's really important to the constant vitriol and outrage culture that we have to deal with every fucking given Sunday. So appreciate you guys tuning in. Conspiracy Horsemen here at twitch.tv. Let's see, who wants to take it off? Sally, go for it.
We got Hard Junkyard just dropped. This month it's the month of love for February, so we're doing Psychos in Love as our first movie, which is 80s garbage, which is one of my favorites.
Is it like two psycho killers that find love and
that meet each other, right?
And
they fall in love. It's 1986. It's amazing. It's just tremendous garbage. And we're also doing some mini episodes this month. We're going to do our favorite serial killers.
Nice.
So we're gonna just do a little mini episode stuff. So you'll have a bunch of shit.
Did you watch the Ted Bundy 4-part series?
No, I haven't got to it yet, because I asked everybody, could we please not do cliche? Let's move on. Yeah. Let's go past that. However, I do give it credit because it's not the same old bullshit. It's him talking, which is
good. I'd bang it out if I were you, man. I'm
interested to check it out. I have it on my list. I'm psyched to see it.
It is good.
But again, we're going to go with some not regulars.
Yeah, Gacy, Hillside Strangler.
Yeah, everybody's heard about them.
Yeah.
Ad nauseum.
Gotcha.
So we're going to kind of go with a little further, a little deeper in. So if you're interested in that sort of shit, probably like 30-minute episodes, maybe 20, who knows? Depending on what everybody has their own, everybody's going to get their own kind of episode to talk about their favorite serial killers. So
right on.
There's that.
Very
so
cool.
Expect a lot of hate mail too to Hameen Media. Why do you have a favorite serial killer, you fucking assholes? They murdered people. My sister was who cares?
Yeah, your sister was an MS-13 too, bitch.
Yeah.
Justin French, it is on Netflix. I don't know why this third channel keeps going down.
GGP, serial killing toilets every Wednesday.
Cool, man. Check them out at Dead No Save on Twitter. The Horror Junkyard at protonmail.com. If you have a favorite serial killer or somebody in your family was killed by somebody, please
let us know.
That
definitely.
was a serial killer. Send it to them.
Is that the CERN server?
Indeed, it is.
Yeah.
Okay, just checking.
I was concerned about you tonight, buddy. You okay? Holding in there? It's been a long day of closing mortgages. About to fight the traffic home, or what?
Yes, and yes. It's been a long day in the trenches. Right now, this is actually the best part of my day so far. Getting to hang out with the Horsemen. So thank you for that. I love you too, Stevie. Thank you. Let's see. February. I don't have many dates in February. I know the 23rd I'll be at NYWC at their annual event. It's called the Psycho Circus. It's a great show. Basically. But it's a great show. You can catch me on Twitter at Greek God Papadon, Facebook, Demetrius Papadon, Pro Wrestling Tees / Greek God Papadon, YouTube channel, Greek God Papadon. If you want to book me for an event, bar mitzvah, birthday party, whatever. I'm kidding on the last two. If you want to book me for a wrestling event, I am. I'm not going to wrestle at a birthday party.
Ben got booked for a bar mitzvah. Look at the fucking payday he made, brother.
It was backyard all Jews, man. I was the only one there. It was hard.
All right, well, whatever. If the money's right, we'll talk.
Megan Brothers.
You hit me up on Papadon595 at yahoo.com.
Y'all, man. Good to see you out of your sexy model shirt and back into your Wolverine Mark clothing uniform. That's had me worried last week. I was way underdressed. You guys outshined me big time.
Well, it was cold today, so I wore a fleece, but I took off the fleece because it's hot in the office.
Big Steve Areno, how geared up are you for the locker room tomorrow morning at 8:30 a.m.?
Oh, I'm geared up for that. I just wasn't geared up for Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday.
You're on the gear?
What's that? No, unfortunately. I've been getting more than 1 hour of sleep, and I haven't been borrowing anybody's gym bag from Stanford, so I'm doing okay. I want to thank you guys for getting Dr. John on there, because I feel like it's going to be a great opportunity to get a lot more people to check out the 12 and 16-week resistance band training program, and to have a guy. He looked at both of them. He looked at the 16-week one first and then the 12-week one. And when we spoke on the phone, he was real complimentary and genuine about it, like what he liked about it. And I could tell he read through it because he was taking specific things from it. And it was really cool to have an orthopedic surgeon of 20 years, somebody who worked with presidents, to tell me that my program is really good. So, he officially endorses both programs, and we're probably going to get a video of him and some quotes and stuff. So that'll be a cool addition to put up there. But I'll be on his radio show this Sunday from 4:30 to 5 p.m. Eastern time. So you can go to davejonda.com or just search for Dr. Dave Jonda and then listen now. He'll be on from 2 to 5. And as far as the programs go to StevieRichardsFitness.com, check out the 12-week and the 16-week resistance band training programs. 12-week is perfect for somebody that's never worked out before. You're just starting out. And then 16-week is if you have any kind of workout experience, or it's a great follow-up to the 12-week. So I'm sorry if this is going long, Papa Don.
No.
Sorry. The mic picks up everything.
It's fine.
It's a condenser mic. So there's no off-axis rejection on that microphone.
Fuck, sucker, hurry up.
So
Wrap it up, B.
So anyway, I'll look at messages, see if that's there. So anyway, follow me at BWO Stevie on Twitter, at Stevie Richards on Instagram, ProWrestlingTees.com/Stevie Richards. Please subscribe to the YouTube channel. We're well over 35,000 subscribers now, and we're growing every day. So that's it.
Oh, he wants to talk.
That's what you get.
Unhooked his mic. No one can hear you.
He unplugged the mic.
He's like, fuck it.
No one can hear you. It's perfect.
Ben, what are you doing? Take it home, big boy.
Yeah. Hameen returns on the 2nd of March to rock the comedy world once again. Wasn't even advertised. The town demanded it, so I got booked off of that. Defending my Crossfire Tag Team Championships with Congo Kong on the 23rd of March. There's a couple shows in February that are under target, so you never know where I might be then. Or if the storm sets in, they might not have a show at all because I control the weather now because it's Harp Hameen all day long, infidels. You can always go to, that's right, ProWrestlingTees.com/Ben Hameen. You can tap the mic all you want, but you're cut off at whatever you did. It's too perfect. No big size, all big lies, infidels, and truth to be found here at your Conspiracy Horseman every Wednesday night, 6:15, twitch.tv/Conspiracy Horseman, hackerhameen.podbean.com. As we approach 1 million downloads by WrestleMania, infidels, make it happen. Spread the links, spread the shows, and keep tuning in because it's the best in free content here at Conspiracy Horseman. YOLO.